You want to press people, you're no book. Show me the million rescue. To save somebody, the million rescue.
To deliver you from something, take you from something.
So you're a poor people, rescue me, save. But we the old people, rescue the million rescue. That will can't help me while in the water. But you're not can't tell in the water. He can't put one making the water back to kill on money. You know they get people, the pressure. Husband not working. I live in Joseph. I even made 1,000 a lot. I even made 500 a lot profit. Let me come and go. Children waiting for me. You are Jota Baga. What will be our result next year? We wouldn't even 1 year. What will be our result the following year?
Okay. Thank you so much. What's your name? What's your name?
My name is Patience Mane.
Patience Mane. You selling the market here?
Yes.
I'm selling the market.
Yes.
I'm selling the market.
No market. I'm just son. I follow for Yancy son.
You go for the market, you see so?
I see food, call it food price. The way up, you not understand ourselves. When you go to there, you buy another price. When you come, you buy a different price. So the money I can put it back on my.
Also, the money you carry in, to the cold storage.
They put it back on my. Very rich.
How much for the face?
You buy snapper 14,000. What we used to buy 10,000, 8,000. Buy it 14,000. One cartoon snapper 14,000. So we beg the government. We ask y'all to help us to beg our government. We say you can't go rescue us. But the rescue that you're doing now, we're not understanding it. And when they pull the police on the street, our boyfriend here, they're not giving nothing to us again. They say they can't rescue us. Why they cause a motor bomber running? They want not doing the one. They are breaking the government. We the poor people, they must find place for us that we want people to steal our clothes. They got poor people, they got rich people in the town. Some of all we not got more from the South God. And that basement we do, we not understand our children run to school. Our children, when we can't sell them, we can't make a damn. They say rescue, but we not understanding the rescue team. So they were taking them from all on the street for smoking, for drugs and things. But I think you see them now. All of them turn to Zoom. They can stay in the freeze.
So the drugs are to you?
A rapper now, a more than rapper.
Okay.
The drugs is rapper. Some of them almost 20% on the street because of Zumi.
The zombie drugs?
Yeah, the Zumi that they bring in Jota Baga. Because we are trying to sell our Kush. But now Zumi, when he said I see that you are so sticking at it. So we asking him to please, we the parent of our boys children. We ask him to please help us to make our children to leave Zumi. Because he said he came to change things. And no change, we not understand our land. Police people getting our keke motor back. Hata, police people beating our children on the street. They say they should rise up, they should become over there, walk over that, everything they do. But what police people are making like just one thing we just getting dropping like that. Tell him, don't Napa, tell him sorry. We're not taking somebody out for the country. So I should tell our president to help with the poor people.
Selling money, how's the business?
We get God and go for it. We don't have to tell what take you for. But money ain't in the country now.
In process.
For now, if I have to tell you that before we're all there, all
I want you to kindly hit for us the share button. Let's get started. Let's bring you this music. Let's bring you this music. So let's bring you this music while we are sharing.
One more freedom
Kindly hit for us the share button, please.
When they were coming, they said they were freedom fighters. When they were coming, they said they were liberators. But when they killed their crown, they changed their mind. When they killed their crown, they change their mind. What kind of people they so?
They are risking mission.
What kind of people they so?
They are risking
You
mission.
freedom fighter, you raping our women.
They are risking mission.
Freedom fighter, you killing our children. Freedom fighter, you destroying our country. Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, yo, ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, yo, ayo, 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 ayo. When they were coming, they said they were liberators. When they were coming, they said they were liberators.
And let's see
But when they
what
came
get
here,
ready.
they changed their mind. When they came here, they changed their mind. What kind of people they so?
They are freedom fighters.
What kind of people they so?
They are freedom fighters.
You freedom fighter, you raping our women.
They are freedom fighters.
You freedom fighter, you killing our children.
They are freedom
You
fighters.
freedom fighter, you destroying our country.
They are freedom fighters.
Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, yo, ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, yo, ayo, 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 ayo. Music. Aha. Wani maki enye wara wa monyonju weyan. Wani maki enye wara wa monyonju weyan. Ke wana wa kuna gira. Wasia wa pebiabu. Wana wa kuna ngomwa. Wasia wa pebiabu. Kena be monye be niaka.
I'm a freedom fighter.
Oh, wa monye o.
I'm a freedom fighter.
Mo freedom fighter de ni nyo bi okwasa.
I'm a freedom fighter.
Mo freedom fighter de ni nyo du bi ogbapa.
I'm a freedom fighter.
Mo freedom fighter de ni nyo bi bu ojini.
I'm a freedom fighter.
Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, ayo, ayo. Ayo, yo, ayo, ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, ayo, ayo. Ayo, yo, ayo, ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo. Wani maki anye wara wa monyonju weyan. Wani maki anye wara wa monyonju weyan. Ke wana wa tunagia. Wasia wa pebiabu. Wana wa tunakonwa. Wasia wa pebiabu.
You are welcome, Madam Sisi. How are you?
I'm a freedom fighter.
Iwa monye o.
I'm a
Moba Jesus,
Freedom fighter de ni nyo bi okwasa.
Moba say I'm not serious in life. I just saying you're not ever serious, right? You're stealing from the Liberian people.
Freedom fighter de ni nyo bi bu ojini.
Who is not stealing from you?
Ayo, ayo, ayo,
I'm not serious.
ayo, ayo, ayo.
But Mr. Boakai, who is stealing from you? You see, these are the comments that I like, and I will respond to this. So my brother Molba Jesus is saying that we are not serious in life. You see, these are the kind of people that we have. But because we have a God-given responsibility, we are not deterred by some of these outlandish comments that are made by some of our brothers. What we are doing, we are exposing how corrupt Mr. Boakai is. How Mr. Boakai have used you over the period, lied to you, and enriching himself. A man who could not even afford to eat 3 times a day after serving as vice president. But today he is traveling extravagantly without any result, stealing your money in a broad daylight. And who is exposing him and is doing a legitimate work. I taught him my cartoon and feeding my family, taking care of my stuff. Now working in government, not one of those propagandists that will say stuff and be paid. But I'm exposing government so that your people in Liberia, your family who have been depressed of this tyrannic regime can be free. You say me and not Syria. But I just said you my boy, I will stealing from you, Syria. Anyway, I want to welcome you, stay, my brother. You are highly welcome. Thank you so much for your presence here. I really appreciate the fact that you are here with us. It means that you are here to learn, even though you may not agree with us, but at the end of the day, you will get to know that it is because of you that we are doing what we are doing, and we are excited doing it. So again, I want to welcome each and every one of you. Tonight is going to be a very interesting time. I will urge you to hit for us the share button, invite Liberians, and let's have a wonderful, wonderful time. There are several issues. It's going to be an open mic. There are several issues we're going to be talking about this evening. Several issues. I want to welcome my big sister, Madam Cisse. You are welcome. All of you who are joining us from other platforms. I know there are some of you who are joining us from on our group page. I want to say welcome to you. Those of you joining us from on the group page, I want to say welcome to you. I appreciate your presence. It's always a great thing, a good thing to have you here with us. So, as usual, please do us that favor. And that one favor that I require of you is to hit for us the share button. Hit for us the share button, and let's all have a very, very wonderful time. Let me see. Let me share this so that we can all get ready. Again, I want to welcome each and every one of you. I want to welcome my brother, Vincent Daves. Thank you so much for joining us. Even though we do not agree on many issues, but I believe what we agree upon is that we can be able to make Liberia a better place. So, uh, welcome. Uh, welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, welcome to all of you. Welcome to all of you. We do appreciate you, and we ask that we all have a very wonderful, 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 wonderful time. So, I am sharing. You can also do us the same if you care to kind of like share with others. Let them know that we are here. We're all going to have a wonderful time, a very wonderful time. I want to welcome uh, Tonia Kofa. Tonia Kofa, how are you? Thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate your presence. It's a privilege for us to have you here. Orita Gay, how are you, Mama? I want to salute you. I want to appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining us. Prince Wiega, how are you, Prince Wiega? Joining us there from Mangibi Dwazon. You are highly welcome, my brother. Thank you so very kindly. I really do appreciate you. And I want to say to you and all of those who are listening to us there in our Mangibi, I want to say you all are welcome. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so very kindly. I also want to use this time to welcome our own sister, Priscilla and Sompon Nipe. Thank you so much, Priscilla. We do appreciate your presence. It's a privilege for us to have you here. Uh, I don't know. I'm experiencing some glitches from the internet here because of some other issues. But I want to say welcome to all of you. Let's have a wonderful time. Hit the share button and let's do the best that we can do. Let me see. So let me just bring you a portion of this, and then maybe we'll be able to do some stuff here. Uh, I'm experiencing something here that I need to correct quickly. That I need to correct. I need to correct something here. I need to correct some things here quickly. So just bear with me while I try to do what I can do so that we can correct what we have here to correct. Again, bear with me. It's not easy. Let's get the system up and ready. Don't worry, we're going to fix it. We can fix it. We can fix it. Okay. All right. So I'm trying to fix what I'm having here. Experiencing something that I should not be experiencing. So I will fix it. Don't worry, I'll fix it and we'll be good. All right. So we are okay now. I'm very sure we'll be okay. So I want to say welcome to each and every one of you. I really, really do appreciate you. Agatha Glasgow, how are you? Watching us there from Thinkers Village, RRA Row. Thank you so much. Where the common citizens' children live. I want to thank you so very kindly. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. There is another troubling news. Fellow Liberians, uh, let me just kindly keep hitting for us the share button. Kindly hit for us the share button, please. Please hit for us the share button. I'm trying to get some stuff here. Just bear with me. I want to. Just bear with me while I try to do what I'm supposed to do. Yeah. Bear with me. Bear with me. I want to get something here. The internet from my end here is trying to give me some problem, but I will fix it. Don't worry. It will be fixed. We fix it. We fix it. I will fix it. Don't worry. I'm sorry. All right. So we will do what we are doing now. I want to start by just giving you some elementary knowledge on something called the circular flow of income in a kind of three sector economy. In the three sector economy, the thing that we can refer, I will try to break it down to explain the simplest way. The three sector, people will say circular flow, meaning that how the money can go around. In the three sector, you have the household, you get the firm, and you get the government. Eh? In the three sector, the way money can go around, in other words, in the economy, the way money can travel. So you get the household, you get the firm, and you get the government. So don't worry, I will explain. I will try to do my best to explain that. But this thing is still giving problems. I need to I need to do something here. So just bear with me while I try to. Just bear with me, please. All right, so I'm sorry. Just try to bear with me. So, like I was saying, in the three sector circular flow is where you have the household, you have the firm, and you get the government. So let me try to explain it in the simplest way for us to understand. People who are working in government or they are working in whatever organization it is, those organizations or those institutions pay them money. Eh? Those institutions gave them money, gave them salary, take home salary, pay, whatever is given to them. When that money is given to them, they will take that money home, in other words, and that money will be used. They will spend that money. Some of the money will go towards paying their children's school fees. Some will go towards buying food for the home. Some will go towards medical expenses. Some will go towards transportation. Some will go towards paying other essential bills and etc. etc. So once that person is empowered by the government, because the government set the basis for even private sector investment. That's why when I hear people saying, oh, everything now will depend on government, yes. We will depend on government for everything because the government is like the mother unit. The government is almost like in computer, the people will say the mother bowl. It is the mother bowl that is responsible for the circulation of every other thing that happens in the computer there. The center of excellence. Somebody will say the nucleus. So the government is responsible for everything. Everything. Because it is the government that creates that environment for people to come in and invest. You understand? If the private sector will be able to rise, if the private sector will be good, if the private sector will be okay, if the private sector will be better, you know what is going to happen? The government is going to create that particular atmosphere for investors to trust the system and come and invest. If the common man will be able to invest in the economy, is based on the laws, the rules, and regulation that government will put in place to protect that man who wants to invest. That's why we encourage him to come and invest. So, in other words, government is responsible for everything that happens in the country because it is government responsibility to be able to make sure that the security is intact. Because the only way that investment will be attracted in a particular economy, there are certain things that must be put in place. Number one, the investor that is coming to invest must be able to must have that assurance that my business that I'm coming to do in that country there, it will be secure. That is the first thing. In a very good, normal economy, the investor will be concerned about security. The investor will be concerned about the cost of production. The cost of production. Emmanuel Payne, I want to welcome you. Anthony Gay, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate you so kindly. We will go ahead and we'll explain, we'll clarify some things, some of your doubts. So the investor must be concerned about, those things that will make his investment secure, make his investment good, make an investment alright, that he will feel protected. The cost of production must be available, must be ready, and it must be, something that the investor can easily, something around to be able to get around. For example, if you expect somebody to invest in your economy, once the security is there, That person is guaranteed that his investment is protected. If that person, for example, have problem with security, at the end of the day, providing security for himself or for that investment will cost him a lot. And at the end of the day, it will also affect employment, or it will affect taxes that the government will receive from them. If that person is, for example, running his company using his own resources on electricity, where he has to buy gas, he has to buy a generator, so the cost of maintaining that investment will be too high. At the end of the day, it will affect the employment also. But if government is providing electricity, if electricity is readily provided by the government, you know what is going to happen? That money that that person is supposed to take on buying gas, on maintaining his generator, paying maybe people to have a kind of 24-hour maintenance of people who will look at his generator, at least to some extent, that will be reduced. That will be reduced. So the people say there are three factors. You get land, you get labor, and you get what? The capital. So basically what I'm saying is that everything revolved around government. If the private sector will be able to boom, that government. If the private sector will not boom, that government. Because government is that model that everybody depend on for protection, everybody depend on for the sustenance of their business. That's why you see government sometimes encourage businesses and they can be able to flex the tax and say, okay, for example, company A, because you are going to employ 5,000 of our citizens, we give you some tax break, or we give you at least some level of consideration in tax payment because you want to create more employment. During the Weir administration, something happened with the Firestone. Firestone decided that they were going to put down 500 Liberians. 500 Liberians. You can remember that story. Eh? Let me just bring the story up. When I'm talking, especially when I'm in studio, sometimes I like to bring up this story. Let me see if I can bring the story. I'm checking my ACA. So just bear with me. Just bear with me. Let me bring you that story. When I'm talking, okay, fine. That's good. It's right here. Okay. So I am going to the Reuters news, and I'm just going to show you what we are talking about here, the Reuters news. Let me go there, bring it for you, then we can be okay. We can be very good. Today we are talking about so many plenty things. Okay. Okay. So let me bring you this. Okay, the Reuters news. Okay, fine. That's good. Here is it. Here's the Reuters news. Here is the article in the Reuters news. Let me go here. Here is it. That was in in the month of March of 2019 when the government just took over. Firestone decided that they were going to lay off 800 staff. 800 staff because according to them of low rubber, prices. 800 staff. Here's the story. Let me just read a few bars of it and then uh, it says March 19, 2019. Monrovia, Liberia, the Routers. Firestone Natural Rubber Company, which operates the world's largest single natural rubber plantation in Liberia, said on Monday it will be laying off 13% of its workforce, or around 800 Liberian employees. The announcement is the latest blow to one of the West African countries' largest employers, which began reducing production at its rubber wood factory last September in response to falling government prices. To falling rubber prices. These cuts will happen over the second quarter of this year, it said. In a statement, Firestone said the layoffs are necessary due to continual and unsustainable losses resulting from high overhead costs associated with the company concession agreements with the government of Liberia, low natural rubber production because of the country's prolonged civil wars, and continual low global natural rubber price. Global rubber prices have fallen by 40% since January of 2017 and are now only slightly above historic low. Firestone most recently laid off over 400 workers in 2016, against crediting the decision to falling rubber prices. Now, what I've just read to you is from the Reuters. So in 2019, Firestone decided that they were going to lay off about 800 workers. What did the government of President Weah do at that time? Taking into consideration how the government was being, heavily pressed down by global factors, which the government did not create. Number one, we all know that the Ukraine war started that affected supply chain. That is one. Number two, we were hit by COVID-19. COVID-19 started to, emerge all around the place. So what did the government do in order to be able to save Liberians of their job and still be able to have Firestone there? You know what the government did? The government told Firestone that, okay, Firestone, we agree. Because one of the things you say, according to you, Firestone, because of the high taxes that you incur on some of these things that you bring in the country, and also the low rubber price, you want to put down people. So we want you to put down our citizens. What we will do is that some of the high or some of the taxes you pay for bringing in some of your production materials or production things or whatever you are bringing in, what we are going to do, we are going to relax the taxes on you. We are going to reduce it significantly so that these 800 people will not be put down. So you can put them down. Even though it's a private company, right? But you see, government is making intervention. That's what I said. Everything revolves on government. Whether be it from the private sector or from the public sector, whatever sector, government has a major role to play to making sure that your people get job. So the government of President we have decided that, look, even though we are hit with all of these different things, but we cannot see you putting down 800 Liberians. It's going to affect us. So we as a government will be able to take the blow, will be able to take the effect of it, even though it will affect us, but no problem. In order for our people to have this job, we make the sacrifices that we are supposed to make. So government said we are going to reduce the cost of some of these things that you pay for or the taxes, just so you can keep the people. And based on the discussion that the government was able to have with Firestone in 2019, Firestone did not put down these 800 Liberians. But do you know that in 2016, Firestone put down 400 Liberians? And the government at the time of Joseph Numa Boakai, when he was serving, they did not even make noise on it. You know why? Because to some extent, Ome was around, and the people were able to play with the news and use it in their own favor. 400 Liberians were set down in 2015, 2016 for Firestone. So in 2019, when Firestone said we'll put people down, the government intervened. Even though it's a private company, but the government said, look, this thing will affect us. These people are Liberians. You cannot be able to put them down at this time. It's going to affect us. So if it calls for us to be able to give you some tax waiver, we'll do it. If it calls for us to be able to bend over backward, wherever, in order to keep these people on the job, we'll do it. But don't set our people down. Government intervention. That's how government can intervene. To some of these companies, the government can give direct, let's say, a subsidy to some. And say, okay, we gave you this amount. Since you're using too much money and you want to pull down people because you say you're using plenty of money to buy this other one, to buy that other one, what we'll do is that we'll be able to give you some extent, we'll give you subsidy. So that at least, or we give you some kind of privilege so that our people can be on the job. That's what government can do. But it is unfortunate. The people who said they come to rescue you, they don't even get time for you and they are downsizing you in your thousands. Joseph Numa Boakai is downsizing the common man, but guess what he's doing? He is upgrading the salary of his few crooks and cronies that he has as government official. Let me announce to you again, and let me bring out this particular communication. I don't want you to believe what I'm saying. I want to bring out this communication. So let me bring out the communication. Let me bring out the communication. This government is evil. This government is wicked on the Liberian people. This is a communication from the Liberian government. It is not a strange thing, though, because we know what this government is capable of doing. This government does not care for the Liberian people. This is a communication from the Liberia Airport Authority. The Liberian Airport Authority. The last time I told you, one of the reasons why the plane Joseph Numa Boakai was in, it almost had a crash, was because most of these people that were working on the airport doing the WIA administration, like maintenance officer, they put all of them down. They were putting them down. It reached to the place now they can no longer hide it. They got to say openly. So this is a communication from the Liberian Airport Authority. In a country where people are struggling, the government official will be making $7,000 every month. First of all, let me just play you a video to see what these government officials are making. People, few hands full of them, what they are making, as compared to what some of these people are making: $200, $250, $300. Some of them making $150. Some of them, when they finish cutting taxes and all the other things, they taking home some of them $120, some $130. The government will prefer to put these people down, but the people who are making huge amounts, the government will keep them. And the government will not even touch their whatever benefit or whatever they are getting. Let me play you one video for you to see and hear what I'm talking about. The government will use you as a sacrificial lamb so that the bourgeoisies, the big boys, can get the money while you and I will suffer. Don't believe what I'm saying. Let's come here to some kind of video that I want to play you here. I will play you that video. Okay. Just bear with me. Let me grab this video. So you see, the government is not after you and myself. as the ordinary people? No. The government after us. The government will use us as guinea pig in order to be able to what? To satisfy the few of their hardcore officials. That's what the government will do. So they got time for you. They can dance as you at any time. This government is callous. The government is wicked. The government does not care about the Liberian people. All they care about is themselves and how they can enrich few of them. So I want you to listen to a video that I have here of some of the amount that some of these government officials are taking. Very few of them are taking. They are taking enough. What government should be thinking of empowering you, giving you job, at least to sustain yourself. The government ain't get time. So listening to this video, I don't want you to believe what I am saying, but I want you to listen to this video. One of their own rescue men, Darius DeLong. So I want you to listen to this and see what these people are getting. But they prefer to take job from you, the ordinary people. Let me play this right here. Just bear with me.
It's $10,000 gross.
So
Uh,
they're about to pull your brother and sister down. They're about to take job from them. People who making $150, $125, $130. Government coming down south then again. They've been doing that thing a long time. This to tell you that this government is clueless, is callous, wicked. Boakai is an evil that is happening in Liberia. He's an evil, simply put. So listening to how much Boakai is willing to give his officials, just one person, that just one male, and see what you Liberians you've been deprived of, only because these people must get enough money to continue to make sure that they keep up with their big benefits. You, the common people, you suffering. The small job that you get, that you want to sustain your family, they're taking it again from you. Don't believe what I'm saying. Listening to this video here. Yeah, listen.
What's the current monthly income of a governor and members of the board? Question.
so currently, the salary is $10,000 gross. And I am entitled to, I think, 7,008.
No, you acting governor, don't think now. You already been there.
Yes. But this is it. Since I was appointed acting governor on August 1, I have not attempted taking the salary, the benefits, neither have I moved.
No, that's not my question.
So after your
nominee,
I will.
you want to do pro bono fund. You want to do pro bono fund. What is the salary structure? The income, monthly income structure.
That's what I was saying. The salary, that's the gross, and a cash allowance of 7,800 gross.
You have not answered the question.
That's monthly.
Cash allowance monthly. They may take an empire pay, and then I say pay. Let's take our own time. They are not saying pay. This is not the man's salary. The man say cash allowance, that the money he can be getting. You give it to him, cash, do you all want to? The man is getting $7,800 every month. Let's go ahead.
So are you asking for all the benefits of
Yes.
Well, okay.
Yes.
So the governor, again, gets a monthly salary of $10,000 gross, cash allowance of 7,800 gross. The governor is entitled to a housing allowance monthly. Monthly is 5,000 gross. He's entitled to.
So leader, bro. That comes in.
Listening to how much this man he get house in Liberia. He living in Liberia. He's a Liberian. Every month, guess how much they paying this man? Listen, you. Every month, guess what this man is getting every month? Not even guess it. Let's listen.
Allowance monthly. Month is 5,000 gross.
You hear it? 5,000 gross this man is getting every month for housing allowances. He get house in Liberia. He's living in Liberia, but the government is giving him $5,000 every month. Then say every year. I say every month. That he is just saying it. Every month, $5,000.
He's entitled to.
So leader, bro. That comes in. Yeah.
No, because the tax rate changes. The exchange rate changes. So I can give you.
So you are using 60,000 every year for housing and land.
Yes, gross. So it's paid.
$60,000 every year for rent. In other words, to take care of your house. $60,000 every year.
Less taxes. So that's the gross.
So you got 10,000 gross, 7,000 gross.
Yes.
Then another 5,000 gross.
Yes,
So all the gross are give me a total.
Well, that's 15 plus 7. That's 22.
Okay, 22,000 gross.
Yes.
Net.
Net, I wouldn't say because I have not taken it, so I wouldn't know what is net. And again, the net would vary month.
This man is taking home almost $30,000 every month. $30,000 every month. That's the least. It's more than that. But let's take it at $30,000 every month. I want to welcome my own lovely sister. Love you so much, Josephine Sewa. How are you, Mama? Thank you for joining us. Ephraim, how are you? Thank you for your presence here. We do appreciate you. Thank you. So this man alone is taking home $30,000 every month. That's why he's taking home 30,000. Roughly $30,000. Why he's taking home every month. I'm just making it rough because if you take the 7,800, you add it to the $5,000 that he's getting, you already know how much you're getting right there. You already know how much you're getting. You're talking about somewhere around $22,000, $23,000. Sorry, that's what you'll be talking about. Adding to the $10,000 that he's talking about and everything, all the small things you put everything together. That good money business you're talking about. So because the 7,800, the 5,000 that he's getting, the additional how you call $3,000 that he's getting for gas slip and all the other thing, when you put everything down there, you're talking about somewhere around $22,000. Scratch card, this, that, $22,000. So when you add the $10,000, the 10,000 when you add it to already 22, you are talking about, say, let's just take it at 30. Let's just leave all the technical mathematics calculation. Let's leave everything. So let's just take it at $30,000. The least that this man is taking home, $30,000. But guess what happened? The people who are making $75, $85, $110, $200, that the people they come and said down. Let's bring this for you to see it. Let me bring this right back here. So here is the communication from the Liberia Revenue Authority, Rabos International Airport. Let's read it quickly. That today they sent out this communication. Mangibi County, Liberia. The management of the Liberia Airport Authority, that is the LAA, announces its intent to implement staff retirement, downsizing, right sizing, and reshuffle plans within its workforce. And you see that. The decision, which will commence early July, is backed by a resolution from the board of directors of the LAA. These board of directors, their benefits will never be affected. Their allowances will never be affected. Some of these people, when they just go for board meeting, some of them will take home nothing less than $5,000. Some of these board members, they are entitled to some kind of money monthly. The people who are benefiting from the system, the people who are getting the highest amount that you can ever think about in benefits in whatever, They are the one taking the decision to affect you. I don't know what you're waiting for to begin to support the July 17. I don't know what you're waiting for. You, the common man, look, you can support this July 17 from everywhere. Whether you are in America, whether you are in Liberia, you are in Canada, you are in Australia, you are in the Antarctic Circle, whatever you are, you can support this July 17 protest. You can support it. Look, we told you that Boakai is heartless. This man is really, really dancing with the devil. Some of you don't believe it, even though he said it openly, but you don't believe it. So look at what the Liberian Airport Authority are doing. The people who are getting all of the benefits. I want to welcome my own brother Otaka. How are you, sir? I appreciate your presence here. Yes, you are right. You are right, Jasper. You are 100% right. Sure, you are right. That's a good one right there. So at the end of the day, the people who are getting all of these fabulous benefits, all of these fabulous how you call allowances around, they are telling you what they are about to do to you. You see what is happening to you? So it says LA Authority, the management, talking about retirement, talking about downsizing, talking about the other sizing, that other sizing, all the other things. That's what they're talking about right here. It says LAA management emphasizes that the decision is not made to witch hunt, but driven by the need to enhance overall institutional effectiveness. You see that kind of nonsense? You see that kind of nonsense? Then they want us to believe that they are not witch hunting people. When board members are making enough that even 10 person can make within a month time, that's what one person will take. Some of these people at these areas, they are just making little or nothing. $200, some $175. Some are even making up to $150. I know of a friend who worked down there. That guy is sad, but that's the reality. The man is making pretty close to like $200. When they finish taking all they're supposed to take, that boy is carrying home $140. He has to pay his way, transport himself. Because of that, he ended up leaving his family. He left his family on the Bushwa Island because he was living in Nukuta. So now, guess what? He is living. In fact, he's squatting with friends. All of them put together. I mean, men, full men. They all put together now. They're renting some kind of one room around there in the Magibi area near the airport. He goes to work from Monday all the way to Saturday to Friday. So maybe during the week, Friday after work, he asks some people when they coming in town, then he get in their car so that Ali can come and see his family. From Monday to Friday. Sometimes they even call them on Saturday to work based on the workload and what have you. But this guy is taking $140. In fact, what he told me, he said, Prince, during we time, he said, I was even making less than that. During President we time, they added some money to what we have. They added some money. It took me up, to somewhere around 100. I was basically getting like $200. When this government came, when the Unity Party government came, they said they were increasing, they were taking more taxes from us and stuff like that. They brought me down. So now I'm making $140. So I'm like, what? He said, yeah, Prince, I'm telling you. I need to tell you. I'm not asking you for money. We are just having this conversation. I'm telling you how these people lie to us. And this is somebody who supported the rescue mission. It's a friend of mine. He said, Prince, I supported the rescue mission because the thing that people are saying around here. Oh, when we can't, in fact, nobody at the airport will ever make $200. The least person will be able to take, cleaner, the least person will be able to take $300. after your taxes, after all the other necessary deduction, you must take home at least about $300. He said that what the Unity Party operative down here, he said, to admit, I've not been part of any political party, but I just go to vote. Me, I'm not politics man. I've never been part of any political party and will not be part of any political party. I just want something to better me, my family, and other stuff. The man said the money have reduced to now $140. That's what we're taking. And there are people who are taking far less than we are taking. So the LAA is putting down people and they say, now which one? Putting down people. The money that they will use for both fees alone, that money is enough to pay about 50%. Just both fees is enough to pay 50%. So here is what the LAA is saying. It says the LAA management emphasized that this decision is not made to wish on, but driven by the need to enhance overall institutional effectiveness. This exercise involves a careful planned process conforming to the Decent Work Act of Liberia, Standing Order of the CSA, and other related labor laws of Liberia. The LAA remains committed to ensuring that all its operations reflect the high values in full compliance with the standard and recommended industrial best practices of the International Civil Aviation Organization. Management lauds all employees and partners of the LAA for their dedicated strives in collectively improving the aviation sector of Liberia in alignment with the government's arrest agenda for inclusive development. You see that? Arrest agenda. And I like the way they put it. Arrest agenda is to take job from people. I thought arrest agenda talk about employment opportunity. I thought the arrest agenda talks about improving the lives of the ordinary people. So these people are brave enough to say what they are doing aligns with the arrest agenda. That's true. It aligns with the arrest agenda. The arrest agenda is deceitful. The arrest agenda is cunning. The arrest agenda is a charade that is intended to keep you on abject poverty. That's the arrest agenda right there. And you see it? No, when we talking, you say we lying. When we talking, you say we lying. Good evening, Rachel Lawrence. You are welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. Henry Yongo, how are you? So that's the arrest agenda, to take job from Liberians. But this same arrest agenda is able to give 10,000 permit to people to go and work in company as sweeper, cook, day boy, garage attendants, fuel attendants, gas station maintenance officer, as if it is not in Liberia. They see arrest agenda. Hey, I see my people talking about. Let me put it here for Liberian to see it more. Let me put it here before I thought, say, oh, this that because how they can say, oh, you can lie. You're with tire. With tire, no problem. We agree with you. We agree. We agree. Let it here. They say management laws all employees and partners of the LAA for their dedicated strives in collectively improving the aviation sector of Liberia in alignment with the government's arrest agenda for inclusive development. Government arrest agenda, I thought the arrest agenda is to provide employment for our people. I thought this arrest agenda was to take people from poverty to a place where they can be able to at least get something to eat. I thought that was what the arrest agenda was intended for. I thought the arrest agenda was to ensure that our children are not on the street helping to sustain the family by selling among cars. I thought the arrest agenda was to take our sisters from on the streets and give them a dignified living. Listen to Joseph Numa Boakai. That's why I say this man is the opposite of everything he told you and myself. Joseph Numa Boakai said the arrest agenda was to ensure that you get dignified life. According to Joseph Numa Boakai. This is what Joseph Numa Boakai told our people about the arrest agenda. I want you to listen to him. Because now when we talk, people can say, oh, you're lying. Let me play Joseph Numa Boakai so you can hear what he told the Liberian people about this arrest agenda.
Now allow small children to tell market when they should be in school. You
hear him? Small children will not sell market. Small children will not be bossing rack on the streets. Small children will not be between cars, according to the arrest agenda of Joseph Newman Boakai. That Joseph Newman Boakai talking. I am not the one that talking. That Joseph Newman Boakai talking. That is the arrest agenda, to improve the lives of Liberians, to ensure that our children are not on the street trying to fend for the family. Children who are underage are now being used by family to be able to sustain the entire family. Joseph Newman Boakai say it will not work. But in fact, worse one is even happening as we speak. It's worse than ever before. So listen to Joseph Newman Boakai. This is what he said.
Tell market when they should be in school, they should be in school.
Yeah.
We will not allow those young ladies to go in the street whole day yourself. The money you make can't even buy rice. We can't do it.
So you see that? Joseph Newman Boakai said they will not allow women then to be in the street selling money where they can't even use to buy rest. You will give them dignified living that Joseph Newman Boakai you just listening to. But this is the same old man, Joseph Newman Boakai, that is taking job away from Liberians. This is it. This is the same Joseph Newman Boakai that is telling Liberian law, come and take job from you. How does this commensurate? How does this resemble empowering people? How does this whole thing that they're doing? You taking money from poor people and giving it to rich people. People that are already making enough. Look at this central bank boss. This man is taking nothing less than $12,000 as a pay. You giving him 7,800, I say, for cash allowance or compensation, whatever, just money that he can just use in a month. 5,000 every month. Every month at 5,000 they giving him. Imagine 7,800, 5,000. You know what we're talking about? You know what we're talking about? Almost you when you finish doing that one, almost 8,000 plus $100. Almost 8,300 that we're talking about. So when you add the other lay thing, a few, it gone up to almost like $12,000. Because a few you're getting somewhere around 4,000 plus. So when you add that one at almost 12,000, before you add it, look, before you go low, the man is making almost, he's taking home almost about 30,000 every month. Every month. With all the other small things, every month he's taking home 30,000. We're talking about communication, daily communication for him. He's taking home almost $3,000 daily communication. He get his office staffing. People who can visit him. All these other ones, we will put everything together. The men taking home about 30,000. But the people who taking home 175, 150, $200, you putting them down, and you are telling them to be happy. You see that? This is the people that come to rescue you. These are the people that have come to rescue you. These are the people. Fellow Liberians, we are grateful to have with us the Honorable Manny George, chairman of the DMV chapter, the man who have worked assiduously to unite the CDC USA and to ensure that we work collectively as a body. Honorable Manny George, you getting me? You are welcome, sir.
I'm not hearing. Let me go or come back.
Yeah, go off and come back. You might be able to get us. Go off and come back. So these are some of the things that our people are faced with that we want to highlight and bring to your attention. Furthermore, fellow Liberians, there is something very important that I want to bring to you. You know, people who don't know may sometimes argue and say the thing that Boakai doing is something that have never been done before. But before we bring in the Honorable Manny George, I just want to highlight this for you to understand. If anybody tell you that what Boakai doing is strange, it is only people who are limited, don't know. You know, there are certain people who decide that they don't want to know certain things. Even if you tell them that, I used to have a girlfriend, and this girlfriend had her daughter. This particular daughter here, they get decided that me, I should not teach her. What teacher like me that go to school for teaching, I get degree for teaching. I take my own time, I can teach. I'm teaching people 12th grade. They get at their 4th grade lay girl. She said she now want me to teach her because she was vexed. Why I used to man say she that the time I get to know, I got to carry that girl to screenshot for I know the other secret. The girl say why her man got to leave her pa. They were loving that two all loving the man lead the woman. I go there. So they small get vexed. I want to teach a girl. I teaching the girl will not listen. I say A, the girl says Z. I teach the other. The girl will not. I will be vexed in my heart. I say, but what kind of problem here? So I will get very bad way. I send the girl said she can't go. Small girl, I send her on the side, she said she can't go. Later on, I want her, I say, wait, me strategy, the girl, I will use my education, psychology, and strategy. I say, wonder, let go outside. We went, to Sophie ice cream, carry her on this, that. So we start talking. I said, man, what happened? Why you can be fair with me? So, other thing. She talk plenty. She say, and her mama, and I know where mama leave my power for. That all she say. I concluded right away that Lord, that girl will not listen to me. I don't care how I teach at B45. I teach a lesson at B45. I put my phone up in the air. I put my ear on the ground. That girl will not listen to me. I told her man, I say, man, I begging you. They think, forget about me teaching. Oh, you teach her that. I say, any strategy I implore. For the fact that you finish leaving the girl on a par, you with me, they get not set it far. And then we are teaching girl, I send her, say she will not even go. So let just manage it some kind of way until we can scatter the racket piece. Everybody go on their own. And how it happen? So there are people who will never believe because they don't want to. They just don't want to. It's not that you they're seeing the truth. You talking about Joseph Newman Boakai suspending President? We are not doing it before. Yes, President, we are did it before. So before Honorable Manning George, let me just highlight you some stuff. President, we are suspended Andrew Wamplo, the passport boss, and sent him to court. No, Andrew Wamplo and sent him to court. President, we are did that. The NHA boss, National Housing Authority boss, Duana Sayon, Togba C. Togba, and that of Isaac Bravo, the technical, how you call services director or boss. 3 persons was suspended from NHA. 3 persons. They were suspended. So there are just too many that we can say. But I want to use this time to welcome the Honorable Manager George. Honorable Manager George, you are welcome, sir.
Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Prince Sharif. It's a pleasure being on here today. Uh, I just thought to come and say a few words with you on this show this evening for our listening audience. But I appreciate the fact that you accepted me on the show, and thank you so much. And I'm here listening.
Welcome as always. I want to start with you, sir. I want to start with you. There are a series of issues that are happening in Liberia. Of recent, we saw how former government officials and also key members of the oppositions, they were in a gangster style, picked up by the government of Liberia through the instruction of Joseph Newman Boakai, Gregory Coleman, pick up these people to the extent that the police even went to the former president of the Republic of Liberia, Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the first female president, went to her house while Mary Brown was in the bathroom. Police, hit the door, went there, forcefully took Mary Brown out without any due courtesy or respect. We saw what happened to the wife of former, the late president, Amos Claudius Sawyer, interim government time. His wife was also arrested, harassed also by the Liberian National Police. And D. Maxwell Kimaya, the former, boss of how you call foreign affairs. These people, they were harassed in a gangster style, taken to prison, only because Boakai wanted to see them in prison. Honorable Manager George, what do you make of the several gangster style of this government when it comes to the opposition? We saw it with the chairman of the opposition, that is Chairman Anthony Jangako, where he was brutalized in a broad daylight. even though he raised his hands up, but he was brutalized, placed in a car trunk. What do you make of all of this that is happening, especially with the Unity Party witch hunting members of the major opposition bloc? Let's hear from you, sir, on this.
Thank you ever so much. Thank you so kindly. You see, for let me start with Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, resident. And you understand, I think the president of the Republic of Liberia, Mr. Joseph Newman Boakai, owe an apology to Madam Sirleaf. If and only if President Boakai did not give such instruction, then by this time the police IG should be fired. We've been calling for the dismissal of this IG from time immemorial. Let me say this. Madam Sirleaf is not an ordinary citizen. She's a former president. And as a former president, I believe she have a security detail. She have EPS providing security for her as a resident. So if for any reason President Boakai or the IG wanted a person that resides in the resident of the former president, I think they should do that to the EPS boss. Then the security detail, the EPS security detail at Madam Sirleaf resident, the commander there will be informed, and then they're going to go through, diplomatic or what we call official channel. But going outrightly in the home of the former president without or concern or the security detail concern, bursting into the woman's home to go and make an arrest is an affront. You understand? It's complete disrespect to the former president. That's why I say, if President Boakai knows nothing about that, by this hour, the IG should be dismissed. You understand? Because look, for the fact that they went in there, I understand that the former president had a panic attack that would have taken her life. What will Mr. Boakai say? Or what will the IG say? But in other words, if they have gone there or go through the security detail, to let the security detail know that Madam Mary Bro is wanted by the Liberian National Police or whosoever want her, that would have been better. You understand? And besides that, the arbitrary arrest of opposition members, I think the president is treading a dangerous path. Look, there's a common saying among our people that if you push the man to the wall, that man will pass through the wall one day. Seen it? Like you said, Anthony Janga Augustus Cole, we all saw the live video where he surrendered himself, his hands were up, but yet still police were carrying on their brutality against the brother, forgetting to know he's a major opposition political party chairperson. You're doing such a thing like that. This is why we even, from our side, we told Janga, we told Anthony Cole that, look, whenever you are going to such hostile terrain, do not go with 10 men. You think if Janga had up to 150 men around him, those fools who have done what they did, no, they wouldn't have done that. That's why we're talking about the police. They are very, very unprofessional. I'm telling you serious thing. They are unprofessional. And you have, how do you call him, Nelson Freeman or Seymour, something like that.
Yeah, Nelson Freeman. Yeah.
Boasting about what he did to Janga. You understand? All of that is wrong. They are completely out of order. Everything they're doing is like they are power drunk, especially the Liberian National Police. They have a case with the former speaker. They are assuming or accusing him of putting the Capitol building on fire. My brother, up to now, the police cannot even give a vivid explanation or evidence so that the Liberian people can say, yes, these guys are involved. You understand? So what all they are doing, and the latest one is we're hearing they went arrested the former interim chairman wife. What all these things are complete disrespect, man. You cannot do this. You cannot. We are not saying that they are above the law. Don't get me wrong. We're not saying that they are above the law. But you can go through official channel, diplomatic channel, to call these people in for questioning. That's what people do. These are our followers. You cannot just already move to their homes and arbitrarily arrest them and throw them behind. You not even get them to the police headquarters, but you get them to the maximum prison, Shaw Beach. What are you trying to prove? What are you trying to prove to the Liberian people? That you can jail people at any time?
But Honorable Manager George, one would say that this fight against corruption is something that Boakai is really, really taking very seriously. And all of what is happening is towards, fighting corruption. What do you say about these
But
things?
man,
That
look,
the
look,
law knows nobody, knows no how you call repetition or
Prince,
status. Yes,
don't
sir.
sugarcoat this thing. Boakai is not fighting corruption. Boakai is trying to prove something to the opposition community. If Boakai is serious to fight corruption, let's start from him himself. Let's start from Boakai himself and start from Boakai's wife, who was taking care of Group of 77. Millions of dollars were infused into that entity. We saw the very first time in the history of Liberia, black people protesting. It's all because of Joseph Nima Boakai's wife, when they were heading the Group of 77, all that money that was put into the place. Look at the place. Look at the place. Then we come back to his Minister of State. Before assuming power, 500,000 were in thin air from NASCO. So that Boakai started to fight all of these things. Look at the public works minister. When he went to the Senate, what they did, they said they forgave him. Boakai suspending his own officials for corruption, but he's not sending them for prosecution. I tell you, General, that look, we are suspended the passport director, but he went for prosecution. The same way with the National Housing Authority managers, those 3 top managers, they were suspended, but he sent them to court. So Boakai is not fighting corruption. What Boakai is doing is to prove that he has power, he can jail anybody at any time, and he's trying to score political points. He's trying to play on the minds of the Liberian people. The Liberian people are stupid. That, oh yeah, I'm fighting corruption. They put in the date, they put did that, so we arrest them, we'll do that. When you're arresting the people, we're all prosecuting the people, you just send them to jail after 2-3 days. Look, take for example, Kimaya case. Less than 30 minutes after you took Kimaya and the rest to central prison, less than 30 minutes, the people are released. So are you seriously fighting corruption, or you just want to prove that indeed you can jail people, or you want to score political points? Boakai is not fighting corruption. That's not how you fight corruption. That's not how you fight corruption. In the first place, accuse the people. When you accuse the people, you must prosecute them with genuine evidence, but nothing of such. All these people we name so nothing, absolutely zero. There will be no proof, no evidence, nothing. You don't have evidence, you don't have facts. Then you say you're fighting corruption. Boakai is putting our country in a dangerous situation. Trust me.
Like you said, Honorable Manager George, that Mr. Boakai is putting Liberia in a dangerous situation. And I agree with you. Because the thing is, the fight of corruption must be holistic. The fight of corruption must be something that will not be induced with political fever or that kind of, political semblance like we are seeing. You've just made a very classic analysis of those in his own surrounding, like the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs. Now, why is it that this man have never been investigated? For example, let's look at the how you call or the scholarship scheme that was carried on by the foreign minister, from the same foreign office, right in his office. Why is it that there has not been an investigation, conducted by Madam Sarah Blesso Nyapti? Let's look at even the First Lady of the Republic of Liberia office, where they took money. 4,000 plus from Liberians. Up to now, we have not seen any investigation. In fact, let's go back, if one wants us to say, to the issue of the inaugural funds. Inaugural funds were spent in a way and manner that it should not have been spent. In fact, the money that was meant for the celebration of the inaugural program for every Liberian. It was even taken and given to members of the opposition, of the ruling party. That is some members of the Unity Party. Auxiliary wing, they say they send some to and the county authorities and stuff like that. Up to now, we are yet to see anybody being prosecuted. For example, look at what happened in King Jaw, where the police went and massacred people. Up to today, there is not a single person that have been questioned by the government. Let's look at even what happened with the investors that the Liberian National Police took their money. That case was all over around here. They alleged that the Liberian National Police went to the hotel and then, collected these guys and took their money. Up to now, there has not been a single investigation that has been conducted to say, look, these people, we are going to prosecute them, or they are, undergoing some questioning. So I want to believe that, like you rightly said, Mr. Boakai is leading this country into a dangerous situation. And if we do not speak out, as Liberians, come out, especially in the month of July, to send a resounding message that Mr. Boakai, why it is true that under the regime of Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and that of President Weah, Liberia did not reach the full zenith, but we were doing well. We were being praised. We were being hailed by the international for the level of peace, the level of tolerance that we experience, politically and etc. But looking at the way things are going, if we cannot speak out as Liberians, Mr. Boakai will think that Liberia is his personal property and he can do anything he wants to do without anybody checkmating him. We saw what happened to the students. Police beat students that went to go and call government attention to pay their teachers. Government officials under this government is caught in corruption web and nothing is happening. But one will also argue, Honorable Manager George, that it is the prerogative of the president or the government to start his investigation from where he wants to start it from. He has the option to start counting from 100 to 1, and he has the option to start counting from 50 to 1 before going to 100, wherever place. So one will argue that this should not be something of concern. The main thing is that he is fighting corruption. How do you respond to these people? That you were there, your government were there. They choose, to be lackadaisical, to start prosecuting their own instead of prosecuting people from the past. Now Boakai decide to start from the past before he come to the present or his own people. How do you respond to that, sir?
My brother, let me let you know something. How be it, whether you start from the past or you start from the present, no. Mr. Boakai, if you serious to fight corruption without any prejudice, without any political gain, start from within. Then we know, yeah, my child cannot go out there and cause problem. And then they bring the report to me, I leave my child undone. Then I say, I go on for my brother child. No. Mr. Boakai must start, because look, Mr. Boakai know fully well that Grace Pay took 500,000 that is unaccounted for. If you prosecute Grace Bay, all right, and you jump into the opposition community, you start to prosecute, they'll say yes. If they make a do it to your own people, he can do it to anybody. But you cannot use that scenario telling me that it is his prerogative to start from wheresoever you want to start from. No. You cannot say that. Start from within. Then we know you're serious to fight corruption. Like the inaugural funds you're talking about, people now you have water to drink. What happened with the money? Why you can't call these people? That the place to start from. Call these people. What happened with the 22 million? They went a greater role. When they took the man to go answer questions in front of the Liberian Senate, what did they do? They forgave him.
Yeah, he was forgiven, sure.
You understand? So all those things is not called for. Start from within. Start with yourself. With yourself. If you're talking about you want to start from the past, then you must jump over we are government. Go all the way when you were vice president, when you were taking care of the group of 77. All that money that went to Katumu Boakai for the group of 77. What became of it?
Honorable Manager George, we saw something very, very interesting and dramatic in Liberia with this issue of the yellow machine. The government of Liberia came and said, in fact, Mr. Boakai said he had his friend, and his friend, through his friend initiative, his friend was giving us about 200 plus yellow machine. Later on, we heard that this yellow machine was going to cost the country almost about some $80+ million. When we make noise about it and said that it was wrong, in fact, it was fishy, the 80 million plus reduced to $22 million. Later on, we said again, this is scary. From 80 to 22, this is scary. The president turned the whole thing over to the vice president. His name is vice president, you take care. The next thing we got to look from South Africa on this whole discussion of the yellow machine, it took a different trend. We saw the vice president of the Republic of Liberia, the man who is supposed to assist the president. We saw this man in China passing from one end to the other. Behind him was the public works minister and that of the procurement boss. There are others who complain and said that this is something that is very strange to have the president of the Liberian Senate and the vice president of Liberia, along with the people who are supposed to, in fact, be out there to be fighting for these things, to be out there be negotiating for it, following behind him as witness or as beg ball. There are others that raised serial alarm and said that this is wrong. Honorable Manager George, as an individual, one who understands, the political workings and understand governance, is there anything wrong with this? Shouldn't we be happy that the vice president, at least is going out there? He is taking away that particular portfolio of vice president, going out there to source out for machines that we can use to develop our country, to build our road, to boom the agriculture sector. What have you to say on this issue?
Well, look, let me tell you, my brother, bringing yellow machine to our country is welcoming. Everybody will be happy for development in the country, especially infrastructural development when it comes to the building of roads. People will be happy. But in the first place, this is the same corruption thing we're talking about. From 80 million to 22 million. Why did Mr. Boakai sat there? These were brought it to 22 million for 80 million. By this time, this was also being caught for prosecution. From 80 million to 22 million. Why talking to 80 million first? Look, that whole yellow machine thing is a scam to steal. That whole yellow machine saga is a scam to steal. From 80 to 22. Now from 22 now, vice president gone out he will come with different price. So those people that went, especially Mamaka Ability, then that went first, that came up with the 22 and the 80 million, they should be answering a question. Why the money was at 80 million at first when you came with your yellow machine saga, you were passing around, standing on top of your wearing yellow coat suit, yellow day, all the things. But you people had it at 80 million. It was a noise from the Liberian people, you and myself. They took another trend and brought it down to 22 million. So you see, like I said, bringing yellow machine to the country is welcoming. It's very good. You understand? It's very good. But we will not accept these kind of things that will be going on from the Boakai-led government. No.
But aren't you excited, Honorable George, that at least from
what is there to be excited about? What is there to be excited about?
From 80 to 22, that one gap.
My brother, nothing there to be excited about. Even that 22, if you pressurize it, it will come down to 10. There's a smell of corruption. Look, you see the wide gap from 80 to 22 million? You see the wide gap? So, why is it Mamaka Ability there? They are not being prosecuted. They should be answering a question because they were about to steal from the government. They were about to steal from the country. From 80 to 22, then now is the vice president. The vice president is out there. You know what I'm saying? So what there to be happy about? Nothing there to be happy about because it comes from 80 to 22. How sure are we that the 22 you're talking about is the right price and not even 10? Then we should be happy? No. We cannot be happy on these kind of things. Those are wide risk of corruption taking place in the Boakai government. They think they're doing in less than 2 years is more than job we have 6 years. Trust me. They think that they can play on the Liberian people so that the Liberian people can look at them like the clean sheet. But they are not a clean sheet. No, they are not. These people can steal, and they are stealing. The thing we need to do is what we are doing is now to tell the Liberian people about them. The vice president is out there. Who knows? Tomorrow he might come. He might not come with 22 million. He might come with under 22 or above 22. So why should we be happy right now? No, we cannot be happy right now. That's why I'm saying bringing a yellow machine, bringing those equipment to the country is welcoming. It's something that every Liberian should be happy about. But the manner and form in which they are trying to procure those machines, it is our problem. You understand? They post stealing. They are not looking at what they are doing, but they are going after people who they perceive to have stolen from the Liberian government with no sound of evidence or justification. We must watch this Boakai government. We must hold their feet to the fire. You know, because you and myself, that country, our forefathers came, they left. We are here. We got to prepare that country for our great-grandchildren unborn. And we're not going to allow Boakai to damage our country. Not only the fight against corruption, but the untold suffering of our people. The secret killings. You know, police brutality. We just spoke about the police in Kinjo. That was their first step. But yesterday, you still get the IG there as IG. So all those things, we got to hold their feet to the fire. We're not just going to be speaking of corruption with no proof. You don't have proof. And you talking about yellow machine. Should we be happy for machine that we don't even know how much it costs? So what's the machine cost? All the machines they're talking about, it cost 5 million. Then you go load the content at 50 million. Then you should be happy about that. No, you cannot be happy about that. Why should we want the machine, but we will not allow them to use us?
What is even more concerning is the way this whole yellow machine is taking different trends. This is to tell you that there is a semblance of corruption in the whole thing.
Exactly.
First, the arrangement was with Joseph Nyuma Boakai and his trusted friend, a friend that he beloved friend. From there, Mama Belete got involved. Now it moved to the vice president. So the way and manner in which this whole machine story is taken from one trend to another trend, this alone is a clear symptom of corruption. So is it that Dr. Nyuma Boakai now trusts Mama Belete, who started this arrangement from the initial? Is it that he trusts a friend no more? He does not have trust in his friend that he said was going to bring this yellow machine, that he has now reverted to the vice president, and the vice president going to China. That's the reason why. Now, what happened to the public work minister, who from all indication is supposed to be maybe, in front of this thing to ensure that, he do whatever thing necessary, come back and go through the processes, or maybe submit, because I know that whatever amount that exceed, when exceeds certain amount, that particular agreement should be something that will go through the PPCC. In fact, the House will have to ratify it, because it will be a debt almost on the Liberian government.
On the Liberian government, yeah.
On the Liberian government. So the Senate or the House of Representatives got to sit down and say, okay, this particular thing we agree that we'll be able to pay the money through this one or through that one. It must be something that the Liberian people must be aware of through their representative. But we are seeing nothing of such. And the people who are supposed to be going out there, imagine the subordinate who are supposed to go out there to go fend these things or to go and scout for them, and they will be questioned by even the authority. Here is it today. The authority now that's supposed to go and find the thing, they are the one behind the boss going. So it is fishy. So who will ask who? Who will be able to ask who? Who are we now? Maybe somebody will say questionable, or who will be questioning us, or who will be answering the question? That is the issue now we are having. This is the concern we are having. Because if you who are the boss, if you have reduced yourself to now the purchasing director of the Republic of Liberia, and the people who are supposed to be out there scouting and purchasing for us, or ensuring that at least we can be able to get the worth of our money, and these people are behind you now as, how you call the thing, palapo or palo board, and they all behind you, then we are confused. So where are we? Who are we reporting to?
So let me tell who you right there.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if we don't have our procurement arm no more in the country, because if you have the vice president going to procure those heavy machines to bring it to the country. Whatever he tells the president, that what's going to happen. You see the Mamaka ability? She's a serious confidant to the president. So she came out with 80 million. It was because of noise. So what happened with GSA? Do you think the GSA boss, even if that GSA boss will go and want to be corrupt, you know, escalated the price to 80 million? No. This is why we have GSA. But you leaving the procurement arm of government, which is GSA, and sending vice president. At first you send Mamaka ability. Now you sending vice president. I mean, look, all that thing that's to read. Let's speak our real Liberian way. All the things doing that's to read is a calculated attempt to steal. Because when B-men steal, they say, oh, like embezzlement. Then now we're calling it corruption. But let a small boy behind there, or the less, how do you call it, to go born and go steal. Oh, I road. But when big men steal, we say they embezzle. Why is it you leaving the purchasing arm of government, you're giving it to the vice president? All right? So it's a calculated attempt to steal. And trust me, that machine, there where those boys want to steal from, including the president himself. Trust me.
Wow. I want to welcome you, my brother Detroit. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, brother. And thank you, Mr. Josh.
Thank you, man. Welcome.
You are already aware of the discussion. You know, it's an open mic. You know, what you have on your plate, what you have on your mind. But there are some issues that we want to maybe highlight before we will be able to talk about what you have on your plate. That has to do with the most recent issue where we saw, you know, prominent figures in Liberia. They were rounded by the Liberian National Police, taken to Saw B Street. And at the end of the day, after 30 minutes, these people were out. What are your views? There were others who say that, well, Mr. Boakai just want to show a political strength that indeed he can subdue anybody, everybody, and at any time to enter the home of the former president, where she even experienced panic attack, you know, and demand the confidant of the former president, Madam, you know, Mary brought from the bathroom that they must take her. What do you make of all these things?
Yes, thank you, Prince. And to the follower, please help to share this video. Prince, let me tell the Liberian people, the followers here. You know, when the former president, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, told Boakai I was an old car parking whatsoever, Boakai on a revenge. Because let's be honest here, she can't stay in that woman because if you guys can remember, George, she never during this the presidency, the presidential race that brought George we had to power. You can remember in Nima County, the old man called the former president to endorse the president in Nima County, you know, groundbreaking ceremony. So all our team stay, you know, Boakai love revenge. So all our team following him. So today, you want to bury the woman legacy, but you cannot bury the woman legacy. But let me tell you, Liberian people, Boakai cannot go to war with Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. You let her admit it. Let her admit. She well known in the West. She get all the cut. She stays a top player in our Liberian politics. You know, disregard her age. She's a cut player. We saw it. We knew. You think why the former president still respect that woman? You think why President George we don't demean that woman, no respect that woman? Prince, I was on record. You can ask anybody. You can ask anybody 2018. But if you go to the former president, executive mansion, St. Tobin during that time, I was the same guy that told the former president that he shouldn't never bring Ellen Johnson Sirleaf to justice. Let past be past. You continue. I was on record for that thing. That part. I told the former president, even thousands of Liberians, I said, move on. Do not bring this former president to no justice. In that part of our constitution, as any constitutional lawyer, as until they amend new law in our constitution, you can never bring former president because we are new. That's why when you see people were shouting, oh, why you not bring the former president to justice? It's not part of our constitution. So the president moved on and he did what he could do. And today we saw a fingerprint all over the country. But Boakai stay they still having grudges and other things. And the people not governing the country. When we said it earlier, it's a distraction. There'll be too much distraction every time. As the other situation go down, it will bring another distraction. You can see the later distraction on the Samuel Doe story too. On the late Samuel Doe story, where everybody see the video all circulating on social media that the former president Samuel Doe body was taken from that place long time ago. Long time ago. If, for example, during Boakai time, if they wanted to bury the late Samuel Doe, long time that you have done it, they see mommy. But how they will wait for Nancy Doe to die before they bring that kind of chariot up. So they're just distracting people, they're just distracting themselves. So he cannot go to war with Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. No, she's an old woman right now. She's probably 86 years old. Allow her to be, let she relax. She play her part she play her part to make prince. That woman set all institutions in our country. Every rule of law she brought in the freedom of speech today that we enjoy under former President George Weah and other people. She brought in the rule of law. Every institution in our country was broken during the war. When she took the mantle of authority, she built most of the institution in. So you cannot bury, the fact that you cannot bury her legacy. She's a card player. They call her the Iron Lily. She's our own Margaret Thatcher in modern history in the African continent. From her presidency today, you can see other African women from all other African countries like Tanzania, they will get African female president, and they listen to that particular woman. She's a global icon. No matter what you do, you can't bury her legacy. Joseph Boakai and the Unity Party doing everything to bury the woman legacy. We remember when they suspended the woman with the other day. So you cannot bury that woman legacy. She's an icon. And the former president and the present president are there. He cannot go to war with that woman. The woman will pluck everywhere. How can you go to war with a 86-year-old woman that went to school, eloquent, sound-minded people, sound-minded person that brought you to the presidency for 12 good years? You were nothing. The former president was, the present president was nothing. She grabbed you by the hand and brought you, say, can join my team. Let's govern this country. So you cannot bury our legacy. So Boakai will not go to war. If the Unity Party listening here today, you will not go to war. If they go to war, they will lose. That country will crumble under that war. They will crumble. That woman know where to win. She highly respected in the global society. Who are you? Who are you to demean her like that? Especially her sister, her friend sister that did a lot of work. Even the woman that worked on a George Weah today, even work on a George Weah called Mary brought to work. True for electricity today, you all remember. So you cannot demean her. I just stupid wisdom, because what Prince will tell you, the people don't have a gender. They will be that it's a direct tactic. They'll just be chin. I say all thing cool now. So now let you Prince. So they finish burying Doe. They finish burying out the whole Saka story. They will come up with another thing again. So that carry. They will just be carrying man because they can't pray with in reading season. The people get nothing to offer the Liberian people right now. They took mantle authority. They know the presidency is hard. They thought Georgia will not play magic. They thought all of them were sitting down and start preaching. All of them were preaching propaganda. They were preaching propaganda. They sit in the seat now. They see it now. They had no money. Prince, I told you, lazy bunch of Unity Party. I used to say, oh, CDC people are not clever. Prince, I get to know now they are the dullest, the very dull people. Every spring, 1 year, 6 months now. 1 year, 7 months. July will make it 7 months. They can't plug nowhere for money. Nothing they're doing. Nothing. Me get any before my brother, you're coming quick. That Jeremiah Kun are traveling all around. Let me tell you something. Let me remind you, like bring and forget. You remember the late Prince Johnson said to Nima Kante, he said Jeremiah Kun will be in control. The Ome is old, he will be now. It's listening to me, Liberian. Now it's starting. Jeremiah Kun is in control now. He's a shot disregard now. He's in control now. As Brother George said, he not GSA boss, he handle everything now. He put in a semi everything. He saw the Meta C story. He saw every story. This guy building a powerful force to get money to challenge in 2029. The boy greatest ambition is to become president. Jeremiah is not looking at the vice presidency again. He looking beyond that presidency. He want to have that same authority the former president George. He wants to sit at that seat now because he's seeing it glaring now that he can become president anytime. Believe me, anytime it can happen, he can become president of the Republic of Liberia. So he putting a same all over now. He get more places to travel. So he looking for enough money. Come because 2029 now, then he select his people, he bring troops around now, they can challenge for that election 2029.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. Honorable Man George, there is this particular communication out here. When this government took over, one of the things that they promised, in fact, they really beat on the previous government of President Weah. Oh, what job? Our people not get job. Oh, not get job.
Yeah.
Provide job. When this government took over, Honorable Man George, the first thing we saw was they took motorcyclists from on the street, thereby taking food from the table of so many Liberians, thousands of Liberians who were benefiting through these motorcyclists, whether be it direct or indirectly. We also saw the government putting down people in the name of these people, we need to downsize them, or they were ghost names. We saw Josiah Joker going around saying they will take the signing book from every ministry to be able to check whether these people were there. And we saw them putting thousands of Liberians down. We even saw the program that was initiated by President George Manning Weah for the street cleaning and beach and waterways program. The government of Joseph Numa Boakai canceled that completely. What is going on? Today, again, we've just received another communication from the LAA, the Liberian Aviation Authority, that they're going to be putting down some other workers. And they did not put the number here, but according to the information that we have gathered, it's almost in the tune of some 200 persons that they are going to be putting down. And of recent, we heard from the labor minister that he gave almost 10,000 permits to foreigners to work as cook in some of these companies, gas station attendants, and etc. Honorable Man George, what do you make of this? That instead of the government creating an avenue to create job for people, that the government is now downsizing people. What do you make of this?
Yeah, I was interrupted. I didn't get the question. But if I got what you were saying,
we're talking about the issue of the unemployment. The government is going on the street.
Like what I got first because somebody just interrupted, man. You see, when it comes to government, dismissing civil servant, at times government comes, government goes. But if the government is doing it in good faith, it's welcoming. Trust me. If you have an administration that is overstaffed, you can work on modalities and to get your rightful staff. But now with this Unity Party government, all right, they are getting people up and they perceive that these people are seditious. You get these people up and employ your own UPAs, your own Unity Party people there. You're not doing nothing good for the country and the government. No, you're not doing good. Because let's say, like the Ministry of State, they took out 400 people to dismiss them. But go and see all the Unity partisans from the community, they took them there. So you're not doing good for the country. You're not doing good for the people. Unlike President Weah, who came and said this government is not a CDC government. This government is for the Liberian people. You know what I mean? He incorporated everyone, down to ministers, assistant ministers, they all were there working. And as God will have it, that government of Weah was trying and doing everything humanly possible to have these people pay. This is why they brought about the harmonization. So, okay, saying that 100 I will divide into two. You take 50, they may take 50. But unlike this government, no, they are not doing like that. They are after opposition. Anywhere they go, like Josiah Joker, go somewhere. Once they know that this person from CDC or any other opposition party, trust me, they'll get rid of you. And you're not doing good. You are not even creating employment. You're not creating job opportunity for the people. Yet still, those guys that are on the street trying to make ends meet, riding the motorbikes around to take care of their family. Look, I'll tell you what. There's a guy myself who went to AME University together. All right? Who holds a BSc in public administration. You are riding motorbike to take care of your family. You understand me? This is something I know because he myself sat in class together, who did public administration together. And this guy was riding bike. He is riding bike. I shouldn't say was. And so not all the bike riders you see, they are dumbfounded. No. They got some well-educated people among them. Okay? You ask them to register bike. You ask them to get safety jackets, helmets, which they did. Yet still, you stop them from flying the streets. You restrict them to certain part of the community. My brother, this Unity Party government, trust me, they are causing more problem for themselves. Like I said earlier, they are treading on a dangerous path. They are. Because if you think that you will dismiss people arbitrarily, you must be able to bring in investors so that these people can throw their bits over there so that they can get employed. But where in the country you have 60 to 80% of your citizens unemployed, my brother, serious problem coming. An angry man is a what? Angry man. You know what I'm saying? So what they are doing to be dismissing people anyhow and thinking that they are building the country and they are doing things so that the country can move forward. No. Try to bring in investors. Try to bring in companies that will hire these people. Look, the other day, you say pull out. You know how many persons want out of job? So where is Liberia heading to? Honor the Joseph Newman Boakai. What have you done? You know, what have Joseph Newman Boakai? Look at the youth of Liberia today. Some of our youth, they are not even in school. They're not going to school because their parents cannot afford. Their parents are not working. You know what I'm saying? So Joseph Newman Boakai need to rethink, especially with a CSA director, Josiah Joker, who will just go somewhere and say he get payroll, or the person not signed today, tomorrow you fire them. That's wrong. That's wrong. They need to start bringing in investors. They need to bring companies. They need to attract investors to Liberia. But Joseph Newman Boakai is not people friendly. Nobody knowing out there. No one knows him. Even his vice president. No one knows him. So how will they attract these people to come to Liberia to invest so that Liberians can get jobs? Nobody know that. That's why we will tell the Liberian people. You have to think about yourself, think about your children and your great-grandchildren unborn. You got to prepare yourself and prepare your children too for tomorrow after you should have departed the stage. But Joseph Boakai is not thinking that way. Joseph Boakai already old. Trust me, between you and myself, everyone all go on that ground. The simple way you say you can, then say do and some not do, everyone all go there. Joseph Boakai already old. So all Joseph Boakai does now is to just eat and live his life until God call him. He's not thinking about how the youth will progress tomorrow. No, he's not thinking that direction. He's not.
And you know, Honorable Manager George, there is something that we need to explain to the Liberian people, and this is very important. And I want to say thanks to one of our brother, Darius Doe, who did a very, very good
Let me
analysis.
come
And there
back
is
with
a
my
need
phone.
for us
Whoa.
to talk about this. When you look at the Joseph Newman Boakai government, They've always said to the Liberian people that they have come to rescue, but their actions are completely opposite of what they have been saying to the Liberian people of rescue. I gave you an example, and I'm going to display this. The government that come to rescue will do everything to cut down on foolish expenditure. If I will put it in our Liberian way, wasteful expenditure. A government that have come to rescue will always look for avenue to be able to save money and put it in the people's pocket instead of spending money like people who don't have hair or people who get sufficient. We are spending as if we have all of the money and we have the jobs and opportunity and everything is well. The way our government is spending is not spending like a government that is far-sighted, that a government that wants to improve the lives of the Liberian people. Let's take for an example. Let's look at just the first issue in the budget. When you look at the 2024 budget, let's just look at one issue that has to do with foreign and domestic travels. My brother, our people have this saying. They say you cut your coat according to the measurement. The place where you know your hand can reach, that the place you will put your coat at. Because you don't want to put your coat somewhere where at the end of the day you need somebody to come and help you. Also, as a family man, let's put it in our own Liberian setting, common Liberian setting. Anytime the money where you getting it reduce, some of the things where you engage in it can reduce. I give an example in this America that we find ourselves. A country that working almost like working for the people. Some of our activity we used to carry on were in Liberia. It has dramatically reduced. For example, some people then who let too much girlfriend business in the country, your girlfriend business reduce. So many who let too much flipping business, you can just pour money in the country here. The countries I will tell you say reduce it because you don't have the money to be spending it like that. You got to spend wisely. Somebody will say you got to use wisdom in your spending. So also a government, when a government takes over, knowing the challenges that the government is faced with, that government will always want to do things to be able to reduce the cost. But can you imagine? Look at foreign travel alone, foreign and domestic travel. This government, this Unity Party government that said they come to rescue us, these people were brave enough to spend 686,676. They were able to spend 600 plus. $100,000 that what they were able to spend in the 2024 budget. When you come to the 2025 budget, it even increased. Even though the Liberian people suffering is increasing, but their expenditure, the government expenditure, is not reducing, so as to be able to ensure that at least some of this money are adequately managed to be able to help to take the people off poverty. As the suffering of the Liberian people increasing, the government is also increasing a budget. So in the 2024 budget, let me just put it out here. In the 2024 budget, let me put it out here for our people to see. Just a minute. Let me put it out here. Okay, let me put it out here. Just bear with me. We can be producing at the same time we presenting. So it's not easy. Our people, you got to bear with us so that, we can give you what actually you deserve. Yeah. So here is it. Here's the budget, the 2024 budget, my people. Let's look at it here. The 2024 budget. Here is it. Let me just start from here. Okay, the Ministry of State. Let me bring it right here. Sorry. Let's start from right here. This is what we have here. This is the 2024 budget. The foreign travels and incidental allowance. 2024 for the president office. You see what we have here? For foreign travels. My people, y'all see what we have? They have the actual, they have the outturn, you know. This is 2024 right here. Here is it, 2024. Right here. You are looking at it. Let me see if I can enlarging this for our people to see. Yeah. Let me enlarging it and see. Okay, I think it's large enough. Yeah, I think it's large enough. You are seeing an increment of everything that has to do with traveling. Your people cannot be suffering. Your people cannot be facing these economic difficulties. And then you see that budget is increasing. But the people pay are not increasing. You are taking job from the people. But your own or traveling that you're supposed to be traveling here, there, you know, that is bringing no result to the Liberian people, you know, it keep going up. Look here, you get foreign travels. Look at on foreign travels on 2024. Where is it? 2024. Yeah, is it? 2024. Yes, 2024. You have foreign travels, daily subsistence allowance. $138,752. This one. Then you get foreign travels incidental allowance. Incidental allowance. Here is it. Just look right here. You are seeing it right here. $65,000. You come here to domestic travels, means of travels. You come right here. You see here? $59,713. You come here to domestic travels, daily subsistence allowance. When the people travel domestically, the way Joseph and Human Boakai now go to how you call it play to Nimba County, to Grand Jide County, according to what they will be spent, what they spent in 2014 was $103,211. You see there? Now, these are just some of the things that we want to show to you, fellow Liberians, to tell you that this particular government does not care about you. They don't care about you. They care about themselves. What kind of government that things will be tough, but their expenditure, what they are spending, is not decreasing? What kind of parent that in the midst of your joblessness, you still want to live a posh life, to put it the simple way? I thought you will cut your coat according to your measurement. Look at what is look at this kind of thing. Look, it's when you see this kind of thing, it makes your heart to beat. Foreign and domestic travels for 2024. Look at this amount that we're looking at here. $686,676. Look at that kind of thing here. Yeah, in 2024, then 2025, they increase it to $791,526. So the total we're talking about is $1,478,202 million. We're talking about, yeah, on travels. So that's what we're talking about. Yes, so it means that there is an increase of almost 200, my people, $200,000 increase in 2025. Imagine, my brother, where we are. There is an increase in the budget. The men traveling, daily expenses going from here, there, you know, there is an increase of 204 plus $100 we're talking about. Oh my, thousand. That money here we're talking about. So the one we're talking about, play money, that's also US, that in God we trust. So there is an increase instead of it being decreased. According to Joseph Newman Boakai, the last time he told us, in order for them to be able to curtail some of the, you know, the travels to save money, that they put ban on the entire traveling business. That's what he said. But look at what is happening. There is an increase. Let's hear from you, my brother Jake Darius. What is this we are seeing? Are these people really coming to rescue us from what we are looking at here? Just the president office. There is an increase of his traveling allowance increase by $204,000.
Yeah, Prince, for me, I will go smooth different route. For me, I get problem with the president traveling because they see bunch of Unity Party people, even with them now. When the former president used to travel, they put in every figure on social media. But that will not travel. The problem what I get with the president travel, they're not getting result. Please, when you travel and get result, yes, then I would say, yeah, you're traveling and you're breaking some. Prince, we know it. The former president, when you travel, he bring bacon home. Like you leave your house, you tell your wife and your children, you go outside to hustle, you come back, the children see you, you get a lot of gift in your hand, the bread, all these things the children like. Papa coming home, they will rejoice. We saw it. They don't call it spade or spade. We saw it with the former president. He went to the Arab war. Today we get the Babolo Hospital. We get a PSP pack. Many things. As in travel, he bring millions of dollars. He will announce it. He was transparent. When he even reached on the airport, he will announce it. So the videos, if nobody want to believe this, the videos are there. Social media don't lie. All these videos stay there. But the president, when he travel, they can just talk about gentleman agreement. They will just talk about the proposal then, but no account. Nothing bearing fruit in the country as a travel. So probably now they're limiting that travel. He went to Nigeria a few days before. I think he came back before he went to Grand G there. Today now you can see that saga of people now. They even say travel very. The president to travel now. Most of them now the propagandists they now during those times travel was big. It was big taboo on the former president. The president shouldn't travel. Now most of them are even requesting for the president or the president traveling with private plane now. It's necessary. They don't talking about buying plane. The Henry Costa and that propagandist well lost relevant in that country. For him to rebrand it will be very hard. Very hard because why? He cajole the Liberian people, the dummy Liberian people at that time. Sit down in a as a former ambassador said, Malcolm McCarthy, sit down in a comfort as his home in America, get radio station, lie to the Liberian people for many years, Prince. Henry Costa spread that garbage, that false narrative. President building condominium. Where's the condominium today? Let me ask you now, where is the condominium? Georgia selling you all black. All these lies on day one. He profound that propaganda and sunk in the Liberian people today. Today, what happened? So lie. He the same Costa today. He get no voice. You know why he can talk? Because he in the mining business. He in the diamond business. They gave him lesson. The man that went to school for a different job. Now he get lesson. He switched to the former president. Now he switched back again. I challenge Henry Costa. If you see him, believe him, get. Please remember he said way back he will challenge to be senator in Monserrado County. 2029 now. Then he wake up to rebrand. To rebrand say again the challenge. If anybody can send a video to him, I challenge Henry Petro Costa. If you feel like lie, he lie. Please, you can never lie to all the Liberian people. He get no relevance in that country again. A political, can he rebrand himself? How? How? He can never, because why? He had hatred for the president. Let me tell you, let me remind Liberians here. When Henry Costa started this thing, June 7, he brought out June 7 protest. There was nowhere for you to find Delon. Delon was nothing at that time. Because of the hatred of that president, of the former president, he buried his dream. They don't roll on him and become the senator. But that whole protest at that time, that June 7 protest, when he let lie, the president must step down, all that garbage. He was not street smart. He was too caught up in the hatred of the CDC and the president. They don't use that occasion. It's like a dumb here. I will ride on you. And Jadon rode on him and became senator of Monserrado County. But by right, a Henry Costa had vision at that time. When the Liberian people were listening to him, he could have been a senator, he could have been a senator for Monserrado County. But they don't knew you are not street smart. They don't say, look at the guy. I will use your occasion because you finish setting all the occasion. I will use the occasion and take the mantle of authority and today they don't become senator. So can Henry Costa rebrand himself? I dare him, I challenge him. If you really want to, if you feed the country, he know the country, he's smarter than the country. Let him come 2029. 2029 right around the corner. I put the challenge to him. I put the challenge. If he feel he still get that numbers, if he still get these people that he lie to, Prince, you cannot lie to Liberian people. The people getting the smart social media. They know all your video, all that lies, that garbage, blackmailing people, doing all these things here. Today he ain't all talking about. He justifying up a private jet. Next he said, oh, Alata, we never knew that lie. You knew Alata and Petro Costa. You knew Alata. You live in the West. You live in the West. You travel to other African countries. What's what African president travel that kind of way? You should travel first class. But red, they will have money. Liberia should get our own private plane for the future of the future because what every president that travel around the world, they use private jet, they use other far commercial dreamland and they use it. But here in Delone, they were all lying to the Liberian people. The people buy that story. They're today now they justify now. Boakai, yeah, it was ref for Boakai. That now they know. That now they knew that it was ref for former president the rap plane. No, they were lying. They were just misleading the Liberian people. The propaganda not working anymore. So now they're justifying it. But what at that time, who say they know? They know. They are smart people. They know. But because they caught up the hatred of the president, they say all that garbage. Today, the same thing they used to say, now they backing me. So they lie. But my challenge to him, they don't down there. For Delon to win Monserrado 2029. I won't see how it will happen if they don't cheat. If Delon will not cheat, or the NDC will not cheat for them. Because they don't get to 2029, it will be more than 7 or 5 people will go in that race. So when Petro Costa believe he's taken control of Liberian people, I put a challenge up to him. If he can rebrand himself, for me, his political career there, the only way maybe the new president, Joseph Boakai, will consider him because he now in a circle, the minister or somebody. Yeah, but because of the history of the president, he destroyed his own political career. Let me see how you rebrand it. Let me see. He can never rebrand. Now he's telling Liberian people he's not taking part in politics no more. He done. You are advocating. So your advocated staff now, the wrong are going on in the country, breaking all the rule of law. You are marching up and down. Why you can't talk about President Costa cannot talk about the rule of law now? Taking people from all the tenure position. You mute yourself now. Then you say you are not advocate. You're not advocating for the Liberian people. You're only one your own agenda because money on the CDC were not coming to you at that time. So you went high on the government, but right now, money in your pocket. You found way in a mineral business today. You're doing your gold and diamond business now. So you all of your mute. Now you're on the other side. So how can Liberian people trust you? Then I say a challenging a political career is dead. You can never rebrand it. So we finish seeing the cutting up now. We know that you caught up. So all those that were cajoling the Liberian people, lying to the Liberian people, they never stood for nothing. They only stood for their and their family where they could benefit today. We are seeing the writing all over the world now. They crumble their own political career. They crumble it. I want to see how I put the greatest challenge to him. Let him rebrand himself for 2029.
My brother, there is something here that I thought to talk about because today is just an open mic. And fellow Liberian, those of you who want to join us, the opportunity is yours. You can join us. You can call. The number is there. You will see the number. There is something that happened. You know, Liberia and the United States we have had this long-term relationship. Most people have complained that there's not much have been done in terms of development. But let's just leave that. Sierra Leone. I know that Sierra Leone has a very strong relationship and tie with Great Britain. Of recent, there is this particular information. And remember that Boakai, when he took over, this was where he was traveling here to the United States. He came on business, climate, he came on the other one, all the other one. Boakai did not carry a dime back to Liberia. All he carried back was picture. But this is what is happening in Sierra Leone. The government of Sierra Leone has signed a memorandum of understanding with a US-based company called ACRO, United States-based company, for the financing and the construction of the Lungate Bridge.
Okay, Long Bridge. Okay, yeah, Lungate Bridge. Yeah.
Now, the project will be carried out. Let me just show it here. Let me show it to our people. And I want us to really, really, this is something that I don't know.
It's shocking to you, eh? A British colony signing with American people where we feel we American, we part of them.
Here is it.
But
fine. Here is it right here. Let me just put it right here. This is the communication. The government of Sierra Leone has signed a memorandum of understanding with ACRO, a US-based company, for the financing and construction of the Lungate Bridge. The project will be carried out on build, operate, own, transfer (BOOT) within the company's boosting of more than 70 years of experience in building bridges. Will construct a bridge and hand it over to the government. As posted on the U.S. Embassy in Sierra Leone's official Facebook page, the landmark signing was witnessed by Sierra Leone Chief Minister Dr. David Moana Singbe, the U.S. ambassador to Sierra Leone, and the representative from Acro Company. The total budget of the project has not been disclosed. The vision of the bridge has long been presented, aiming at linking Freetown to Lungate Town, the host of the country's national airport. There have been several public discussions on the effect of the infrastructure initiative on national development, while some holds the view that the infrastructure is beneficiary for trade and other sector. Others see it as a misallocation of national resources, okay, blah, 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 and stuff like that. Notably, in 2023, China Road and Bridge Corporation and ATPAC Group signed a multi-billion dollars contract with the government of Sierra Leone for the construction of the same Lungate Bridge of approximately $1.5 billion. Following this signing, the feasibility study was also disclosed, stating that the project will be completed by the end of 2024. Fast forward to 2025, citizens are concerned about, okay, let's just leave all this one. Citizens are concerned, blah, 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 and stuff like that. Well, my brother, what do you make of this? Liberia.
I like the topic.
Has traveled.
I like the topic you brought concerning our neighboring country. Friend, let me say something to the followers here. Yeah, please help to share our video. We told you earlier, we make commercial here. Anything you want to do here, it's an open mark. We do commercial here. You want to sell anything, we do a commercial for you. Friend, let me say something here.
So before you go ahead, I just want to welcome a few of our people. My sister Hawatote, you are highly welcome. Thank you for joining us. Patrick Wallace, thank you so much. Sorry, Patricia Rallis, we say thank you for joining us. Wellington Miguel, thank you so much for your presence. Lena Morris, Anthony G. Gay, I mean, all of you. There are hundreds of people, names I can't really sign, but all of you are highly welcome. Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, please, thank you for bringing the topic. I like this topic because our neighboring country benefiting from the country that we love, America. Let me tell you, Prince, these people, I told you, they lie to the Liberian people. They're not smart. I will always repeat to the Unity Party. They're not smart. No, they might make a mistake. Everybody they see. They can say the other people dumb. They were not smart at all. Even they were in the opposition, I think that they're smart. They lobby in the Washington, D.C. area there for years and years to bring sanction on our country. The country where they're ruling today. Prince, let me tell you that. Let me tell the followers here. The same group of people you can remember just recently. The foreign minister, Sarah Beslow, Yanti whatsoever, Dillon, Senator Dillon, what chairman of foreign affairs. All of them went to Washington D.C. All of them went to America to attend that general like no permanent seat where Georgia already secure where they spend millions of dollars. Prince, ask yourself question. Ask yourself question. They were only celebrating in hotel room. Sarah Beslow, the foreign, they never sit with no partner. They never go. Even if they don't want to buy money, sharing money, or in the air, chunking money. Who they sit with? No. They sit with nobody. They sit with no
serious government official from the United States.
Yeah, they go to that place. They sit with nobody. They take the Liberian taxpayer money, eat that money, and came back. While they rejoicing on somebody, glory, where they achieve, then you won't get a person credit. The government failing bad way. Well, because they lie. Then get one connection. Even I'm surprised at the foreign minister. I'm surprised at the foreign minister said the woman that a lot of people respect. You don't get no city in talk with somebody. What a new government just took power. Why you never meet with the Secretary of State and Marco Rubio there? That willing. Look at the deal in the people signing. Or Congolese. Trump just broke out a 30-year ceasefire deal between Congo and Rwanda in the Oval Office. In the Oval Office, they just signed that deal. Our bunch of people go to Washington. They can't sit with nobody. Remember, they used to say, "Oh, Jordan meeting Tesla driver there."
Exactly.
Was smart. Yeah. Now your greatest partner, the greatest country, the country where people say fun or whatsoever, the connection we have with that country, all is smart. They say it's smart. You say A, then will deny from all. All of them sit down in Morovia, they cry, then Gafan then crying, wolf, they must fasting they must fast and pray for the country. You think how God work? God said work hard. People all work is nothing. They just crying, they sit there, they get one connection. They ever met somebody? They meet nobody. They meet with nobody. Since they travel, say all of them, they traveling, what they brought to the country? They used to lie. You think they into authority now, not working for them. Yes, Seven signing MOU. Then Seven signing MOU. A British people that were colonized by Great Britain. Then we that were funded by the US. We get one flag. We get nothing to bring on the table for America. That is simple. You told Job will not see the Oval Office. Job saw the Oval Office. Then his son just saw the Oval Office checking down on him. You can't channel where when God bless somebody, they see people, they're not even running. They're not even running after all the former president things. Then what the president engaged with before you lose the election, because it said government continue. I told people here on the platform, I tell you the president have billions of dollars things in project, billions of dollars things in the making before if you're going to take the second power. They can run after all these things because why? You can say they're so smart. I get to know now the whole bunch of the Unity Party, they're not smart. They must never make nobody scared. The door. I finish seeing it now. They get one connection. And because there's an open man, let me ask a question. Let me divert a little bit, ask a question before you come in. When your Alexander comes, they were fighting for power. Why they lie to the Liberian people? We remember say he's the richest Liberian. He's the richest Liberian that worked with Coca-Cola. He was part of the executive hierarchy of Coca-Cola. Let me ask a question to the ANC people. When you should run for sanction, when they are sitting here today, when they savage here today that were fighting for sanction, where your commies at now? So the commies not in power now. All the mob they were making, all commies get all the Washington in their command. Why commies cannot bring no company? President is not president now. It's a time now for you to bring all these people now to say, you follow me now, let's establish something in my country. Let me tell the people I had this connection. 2 years in the going to 2 years in the making now. They were just cajole. Even you're gonna put coming to power that the CEO story, they were just cajoling the Liberian people, lie to the Liberian people were wretched. Today now, we now see all of this. He's selling their milk. He's selling now. All the contact they had, they say they get contact in the Western world. Why Mr. Cummings now cannot use that contact if you want to become president in the future to come bring company now to say, I told you Liberian people, I told you I had a connection there. These are my people coming now to invest in this country. The government will not stopping, but all these people that were lying to the Liberian people, they were seriously lying to the Liberian people. Today, yeah, what they come saying now? He said he worth millions of dollars. He's the richest Liberian to grace the land president now. Where all that connection he had in the West? He know people from Congress. The Chris Smith, they were other day. Where he here today? So these people were lying. We see the last now. They never had no connection. The prince they never had connection. I hope the United Party double up to see because nothing teaching in the country, my prince.
You know, my brother, this is shocking. And this is something that, especially our brothers from the rescue mission, is a slap in their faces. I remember, like you said, right? These people told us that President Weah, on the several occasions he came here, or some of the ministers, that they came here and they were with Uber drivers. They
Yeah.
met with Uber drivers. In fact, it was Mr. Boakai himself that said it, that they met with Uber drivers. Boakai himself said it. They met with Uber drivers. They condemned President Weah at a certain point in time. They said, oh, man, we're not coming here. To the extent that they even boasted and said that Liberia will never have support from America if President Weah win. These were some of the cheap propaganda they were running around. Now, all the American point let President Weah when we not happy, that one not happy. But we don't want to get a connection. We can make things happen. And they made a connection and falsely accuse people. I mean, government officials that these people they were corrupt, they were this and they were that. They said all sort of things about these people, and they were placed on sanction. Today, look at what is happening. Where is your connection, or where are your connections? That today these connections cannot be able to secure such a funding for you from the United States. Brecker attended a program here, an investment climate program, where at the end of the day, Sarah Leone came here and he received almost $800 million. $800 million Sarah Leone received from the United States. Brecker did not carry 5 cents to Liberia. A dime he did not carry. Nickel he did not carry. Now, you see what is happening in Sierra Leone? Sierra Leone right here. They were able, they got a United States company able to sign with the longest bridge. The longest bridge. That bridge there is one of the bridge that is actually supposed to connect Lunge to that of Freetown. But unfortunately, it has not been. They have been using ferry, which has been very terrible for them. You know, I don't really know much about it, but people who know, they will tell you. You know, they have been using something like a boat to travel, and there have been a lot of incidents, you know, unfortunate incidents that have been happening, accident, blah, 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 and stuff like that. Today, Sierra Leone has been able to sign a memorandum with an American company. So where is Joseph Nyuma Boakai? Where's the connection that he has? Where the Sarah Besro Nyati then? Where are these people? Who, when President Weah was going out and looking for money and building, they were condemning, oh, yeah, I need a man. So why are they not speaking out now? Why are we not hearing from them? Why are they quiet? Why are they not using their people connections here in the United States? They say, well, we want money, we want to do this. The last time we remember, the United States government took almost about some huge $1 million from us. They cut off their USAID program for Liberia. They cut off the USAID program, the money that's supposed to pull, that we're supposed to use for how you call election, whatever, that was coming from USAID. President Trump cut it off. Said nobody giving you any kind of free money here. But here is it, they are signing memorandum of understanding with a Sierra Leone company. Meaning that you must ask yourself as Liberians, this government need to ask herself, what is she doing wrongly? Because the law that you allow us, we get connection. We can make things happen. We will create jobs for the Liberian people. You said in 4 months, things were going to be different. No, we have the record. We are not saying it because we want to say it, but the records are here. And let's revert to the records. So you can hear what Boakai told the Liberian people during his campaign. He said 4 months. 4 months was enough that the people of Liberia were going to experience change. Here is it. Let me play this for our people, for you guys to
We
hear.
were not allowed
Here is it.
tell market when they should be in school. They should be in school. We will not allow those young ladies to go in the street whole day yourself. The money you make can't even buy rice. We can't do it. We want to put dignity on our people.
Yeah.
And that's why we're here. That's the mission we have. And I can assure you, if you check your calendar, it's exactly 4 months from today. Today's the 10th, right? When is the election? You start checking. 4 months to the date. After 4 months, you will see a new Liberia coming up. You see a Liberia that will give you hope. You see a Liberia where corruption will be thing of the past.
Yeah. Now, that's Mr. Boakai speaking right there. This is not me. This is not Jake. This is not A. Arrow, but I'm Mr. Boakai speaking right there. Corruption will be the things of the past. You will see a new Liberia. My brother, where are we with this government? Traveling and using money. We just show you the budget just now, where it has been an increase in the budget for president to travel, internal, external, increase. Where are we with these people getting no result, my brother?
Prince, since our history, this is the most unpopular government in our history. The facts here, their polling numbers on water. People can say it's in the toilet. Their polling number is not even. How can you count? How you take the man to authority and then your polling numbers on water? Is laughable. So
Sure.
they don't know they're in this array. The Unity Party in this array. They stay not in. They're not really governing the country. They stay in our witch hunting move. They waking all the arrests. I mean, the so-called thing to confiscate wealth and other things. Then they're not in no move, Prince. So their agenda now, their vision in their agenda not really working because they're a bunch of lazy people, not smart people, as it needs to tell the other party. They're not smart. Although they in power now, they were in the West. All these statements were they just lied to the Liberian people. They were in opposition and they cannot say anything to come to power. So if you're in opposition, you will lie to come to power. But when you govern, when you come to power now, you gotta govern. You now want no more propaganda again. You gotta say true to power now, because anything now you under the microscope. Anything you say now, they will check it up. So now they finding it hard to catch up with their own lie. First of all, the 100 days of the president was a flop. Everybody know it. When he said no car will issue in the country, all these statements were just a lie because they wanted to come. Why I said where is Edison? Why I went back to because Liberian people, they say the politicians just believe because it's a gullible society. So Alexander comes there where people don't believe that Alexander comes there was a game changer in Liberia because they have money, they work with Coca-Cola. That was a scene last. Today, he's not even in power, but he cannot even bring investors to the. He cannot use a connection to bring investors to tell you, say, Liberian people, I told you, I was the change. The present government failing at bringing 2 to 3 investors in the country to open big company here now. They are my people. That is kind of people now are depending on because they are not president now. But if Liberian people will gravitate to him to say, yeah, coming was a rare one. But all of them were lying because they were in opposition. All of them were lying to just get rid of George Weah. All of them. So today, we see the writing on the wall. The people don't have the connection. They were just there pushing for sanction and other things, and they never had a connection. They never. Today, Thank God said now Liberian people are opening. Everybody on social media. Anything you put on social media now, they will see it. They will check beyond it. So all that are propaganda they spread during the 6 year of George we are. It can't work anymore. You govern now. We got to see tangible. So the United Party is struggling because while I told people I was in the country, no more, they don't have money. They don't have money. That's why even they brought their own speaker. Why they brought their own speaker to just do anything in the country. Because when Kofa there, Kofa will hold most of that project or most of the things they will do. But the Unity Party in this area, Prince, they don't have money. All that connection they were talking about, they just lie to the people. They just lie. They don't have that connection. The president is a little bit feeble. The president can't get us. If you look at the president trip to Grand G, Prince, you see these people that tricking people. See the car the president carrying Grand G there. It's the car from the former president he rejected.
Yeah.
That he rejected. When he bought like 2 bulletproof Lexus with huge amount of money. Why you not use that Lexus then on the road? But you got to use it. You got to use that
with
car.
how terrible the road is. If you think
Yeah,
that car,
the way he spend that money on 2 Lexus. Why he say he will take wheelbarrow, even if you take wheelbarrow to work.
Yep.
So, Prince, you know what I need to say now to Boakai? Why we really want to, you know what the problem? Let me say, one day I want to talk to the children of Joseph Iman Boakai, especially Jojo Day. I don't know if Jojo Day, when they're having dinner or they're having breakfast with their father, they can sit and they say, Dad, you fight to come to power. But God, you don't let your sorry get, don't let your people, you got to leave a legacy. Because tomorrow we want nobody to wish on us here too. We want to stay in our own country. Let me tell you something, Prince. I want for people to take, maybe I want them to take their thing to the children because maybe they want the children to talk to their father. Because the way the president proceeding, breaking all the rule of law, going witch hunting. Suppose tomorrow, the children, tomorrow he not in power again by 2029. With all the property, the gallery in Lofa County, all the Spuntor brought out huge millions of dollars housing building for a retirement. All the property this children acquiring, his son even bring company Meta, all these companies. Suppose tomorrow another government come in power and decided to wish on them. How the way they feel, confiscate all that own property then. So I think nobody more. The children need to tell their father, father, listen, former president ruled this country with all the laws we make here. That man never had no political pressure on his watch. He never wished on you. He left everything to slide. He continued from your part and he did what he could do in this country. He never wished on nobody. So that is real. It's time now. You will not be here forever. We get our left to lay to our own children. We're not, because they're expensive to live in exile. Even in exile, they can wish on us there. Even in exile, they can extradite us here. So, follow. I think they need to have that kind of talk because I believe all the surrogate that around the old men are breaking all the rule of law. They won't tell you the truth. They just drink all kind of thing. So these children need to have their breakfast, their father or their dinner, whatsoever. Important, at least and talk to him. Probably he will change. So, Prince, let me tell you, you know what going on in Togo already? You know what's going on in Togo? Yep. You listen. Oh, Prince, you know that Iyadima ruled the country for many, many decades. Then his son took the mantle of authority. Togo, I tell him breaking news, probably Liberian people seeing it. Togo on fire. You know what Togo on fire? Because he started carrying prices of inflation hit Togo. The people can't stand it after the broadcast. Just go to Togo. Massive, similar protest like in Nairobi, Kenya, that brought the whole legislature down, bring all the legislature, the parliament, as people call it. Togo, if they riot continue in Togo, and for another 2 days, I believe Iyadima will leave power. Because why? He was breaking all the rule of law. You want to increase the constitution, change the constitution. The same thing, the same similar thing. The president starting now breaking all the rule of law. You want by the Supreme Court, the Constitution. This can down trickle to us. This can, if it can happen, if the president need to change the tune, you need to change the tune and protect that land. We don't want to come back in our dark days, Prince.
In fact, what you are saying is just good with all for our people. There is a serious issue in Togo, a very serious issue in Togo, like you said, and it's good that we put it up for our people to see. It's not easy currently in Togo. Let me just put this up while you are speaking. Let me put this up.
Yeah, Prince, like I say, it's our neighboring. If this thing continue, if they think the whole nation, demand rule the country, the president and father rule the country for how many decades upon decades with real law. It took us a small country, very small country. This the effect. He want to change the rule of law, do everything. The people willing to die up and down. They don't care because they tired with their one party rule. They men great some power. So this similar thing, I will tell people. I will tell people. If the United Party don't want to govern, if they want to govern, then they give way. They should start cracking down on people. Because, Prince, let me tell the Liberian people today on the broadcast here, this former president alone, I hope former President George Weah alone, the facts, he able to bring 500,000 people on the street when he get angry. If the government proceeding the wrong way, they breaking all the rule of law that they constitute, that they brought in the tender position of the United Party. Patches Suru there, well believe the untouchable Prince is of signal to the United Party. They should watch the Toko Saka that going on. It can go down in Liberia if Joseph Boakai trying to bring the rule of law down. Can we respect the Supreme Court, the Constitution that Baba, all of that he took oath on the Constitution time during the inauguration time to defend, to uphold the peace of that nation. It's on that authority. So all that thing they're doing, they're acting and they're cracking down on people. Like, bro, I hope the president change course for the peace of that nation. Lee is legacy. Lee is not legacy in going that country in peace by 2029. He can step down and make somebody to represent or somebody to take the mantle authority for the United Party to challenge in the general election. Because of high inflation, breaking up the rule of law, and follow all these things. Gasoline price going up, food prices going up. They come to police now, they can live by $2 per day.
Sure. Let me play this.
Employment. Yeah.
Let's play this for our people. This is Togo.
Once a rare sight in Togo's capital Lomé, protests are becoming frequent. The government, led by Faure Gnassingbé, banned them 3 years ago. He's ruled for 20 years. Recent constitutional changes allow him to stay in power for life. Demonstrators wanted to go.
He should step aside and let someone else lead. You can't keep ruling us by force forever. Let someone else prove what they can do.
Demonstrators blocked roads all over the city and in several other towns after activists called for 3 days of peaceful protests starting on Thursday. The rising cost of living has also fueled discontent.
Wow.
Togo is the 10th poorest country in the world.
All we want is for Gnassingbé to step down. We'll keep protesting, even after 3 days, until he finally leaves power.
The crackdown by police and soldiers hasn't kept people off the street. Amnesty International says dozens were arrested and many tortured following demonstrations 3 weeks ago. The government says it hasn't received any official complaints of torture, but it's something the regional bloc ECOWAS has frequently condemned Nyasingbe's government for. His rule followed that of his father, Nyasingbe Eyadema, who was in power for 38 years. Hundreds of people have been killed and thousands forced from their homes during decades of crackdowns on dissent. Last month, a popular singer, Amron, called for people to mobilize against the government in a social media video. He was arrested the following day. After his release, 2 weeks later, he apologized to Nyasingbe and said he was seeking psychiatric treatment in hospital. That hasn't deterred the demonstrators.
4, please set Togo free. This country doesn't belong to you or the Nyasingbe family. Just let go of the country.
The government said anyone spreading false information or causing disturbance will face the full force of the law. Activists have called for the protests to continue until Saturday. Malcolm Webb, Al Jazeera.
Wow. This is serious. This is serious. People are complaining of the high cost of living. I've been to Togo. I was in Togo before. I know Togo.
Small place. Small
Very
place.
small area. That's small, very.
I don't know the population. I know the population are 2 to 3 million people, something like that. I don't really know the exact population.
Small area.
Prince, I told you, we Liberia on a crossroad. The president, I'm too surprised Boakai came to power. He was anxious for the power, and Georgia let the power to slide to him. Because in early time, he said early getting changed to as a vice president to function. It was an old car parking. Now you took the mantle of authority.
That's
but now you breaking all the rule of law for what? You urinating on the constitution that brought you to power. You urinating on the constitution. All these things are brought, the United Party, and your brother Georgia, they take your position and your broad to your wash. And to Georgia, or hold that seen something. Today you came to power, you split on, you urinate on everybody, the constitution of the land. You think Liberia gets security? We not even get 5,000 police in the whole Republic of Liberia. Let me tell Liberian people that not a United Party cousin. First of all, Gregory Koma cannot kill nobody. He cannot kill nobody for free. He go free. He get relative also. He get relative answer. He get all the family answer.
Yes.
He get all the relative answer. All the family answer. He cannot kill nobody. All of them are living the country. All of them are ruling the country. Their family living outside. If you kill any Liberian that living outside, you kill that own family in Monrovia. You think they will let your own family survive in the West yet? When the West is already nasty, they can kill for $5 yet. They can kill for $10 in America and Europe. So we're watching the game that we're playing in Monrovia, July 17.
So talking about July 17, let's play this quick video and then we will come back. Let's play this video. Let's play this video.
Enough is enough protest appears to be steaming up, while the president and his team appears to be relaxed and living in luxury.
So the number is up there, fellow Liberian. After this video, you can call in and maybe have your say on this. The number is 443-991-3356. Let's take this video of the protest.
Famous enough is enough protest appears to be steaming up, while the president and his team appears to be relaxed and living in luxuries. Some Liberians said that's exactly why they're coming out on July 17th. Thousands of Liberians are threatening to take to the streets of Monrovia, all dressed in white, shouting, "Enough is enough." They will not just be protesting for the sake of it. They are demanding real accountability from their leaders and justice for Liberians. At the center of the storm is a political crisis that's gripping the country. Lawmakers were fighting over who should be Speaker of the House. Accusations were flying, corruption multiplying, and the people left in desperation from rescue to excuse, and now it's you too. Yes, we did it too is the government new slogan. It's not just a political drama. This deadlock has brought government business to a halt. More hunger and increased prices, including the exchange rate, and the people are paying the price. Things are getting uglier. Enough is enough, they say. The suspicious fire at the parliament, private jets, and disregard for the rule of law must stop. Through all this chaos, ordinary Liberians are standing up. People like Titus Pakala, Councillor Isaac Jackson, journalist Alex Beelded, Mulba Morlu, and citizens from every corner of Monrovia and the world are speaking out. They're saying, respect the Constitution, follow due process, and stop using power for personal gain. Why does this matter? Because if the rule of law breaks down, none of us are safe. When leaders fight over power and forget the people, trust disappears, and so does hope. So they're asking you, what kind of Liberia do you want? One where justice is for sale, or one where everyone is equal before the law? The people are demanding answers, and they may not stop until they get them. President Boakai can continue to ignore them and fly his private jets or drive his Lexus, but July 17th will be their day to say, enough is enough. Keep following the International Media Room and across Africa for more update.
There you have it, fellow Liberian. And that's why we are supporting this July 17th protest. We are supporting it. Because Boakai and his cronies and his crew must be made to account for. They must be made to understand that Liberia is not a personal property. You can't just go about arbitrarily doing things that are completely unorthodox and then we sit and keep quiet. Boakai must be made to understand that he took an oath to defend the Constitution, to work for the people. Boakai must understand that the right to be able to alter a government or to put in a government that will be able to satisfy us, to work in our interest and for our security is in our hands. We can do it. Go read Article 1 of the Constitution. It states, all power is inherent in the people. The people have their choice. They have the will. They have the power to alter any government or to put in place a government for their own satisfaction, for their peace, for their security. So when things are not happening in the way we see it, especially on what these people run campaign on, what they told us, they are not doing it, they are doing the opposite. It is our right to tell this government, to put this government in check. And that's why on the 17th of July, we all got to stand up. Those of us in the US here will be standing up in Washington, D.C. We'll be coming up with information. We'll be gathering in Washington, D.C. to tell our international partners that we cannot sit and allow this kind of killing going on. Look in Liberia, for example. Look at the number of killings, police brutality. We can name you instances of police brutality all around the place. And the government seems to be doing nothing about it. Nobody has been brought to book for all of the killings. Look at this particular government international records on human rights. Very terrible. Very terrible. They took over the country. People are dying on a daily basis. Look at a Liberian who left from Canada. The woman worked for her money, build her house so that she can go to Liberia and live in peace. This woman was murdered in her own home. According to the information, she contacted the police when the threat was happening from the initial stage. The man say, what you get for us? Oh, what you call what I get for you? Say, okay, but then you'll go talking like that. And at the end of the day, this lady was murdered in your own home. Liberians, look, those of you in the diaspora, it is about time that you support this particular protest because Liberia is for us, all of us. Some of us, we are just abroad trying to see how best we can be able to hustle, put something down so we can go down there and go live at least a life that will not be begging other people, that at least we can be able to sustain ourselves and provide for one or two persons. Then at the end of the day, the country that we call our own, people will sit down there and threaten us in our own country, then we can do nothing. Let us support this particular July 17 protest against the government. That the government will be in order. Let's call this government to check. Look at what is happening. Running behind people. My brother, lastly, I want us to talk about this First Lady issue. There are informations that we are gathering that this government is after the First Lady. It is sad that Boakai now, his focus has been switched to chasing behind people that are in any way associated with President Weah. What do you make of this? The government is saying that they're going after the former First Lady of the Republic of Liberia. Let's hear from you, my brother.
Let me say this. I will not get into that mere propaganda because I'll be honest here. There's no official spokesperson that just gossip on social media to say they will run after the former first lady. There's just mere that people saying it on social media whatsoever. I know she addressed certain things. She addressed concerning your foundation when the children were graduating, but I will not join the gun because our platform is a special good platform. I will not join the gun to go to run with that same propaganda with the other people spreading until the government makes statement. It's a former president West. We know it. The worker know it. The same respect I was giving to the vice president as he was vice president at that time to his wife, Katumu Bwaka. So if anything, if the government, the present government want to know about the Cloud Foundation, to transparent, they will make a communicate. They will communicate through that Ministry of Information or that whosoever. Then they will submit. They can write Cloud Maria to say, "Oh, hello, madam. Yeah, we want to know about your foundation." Then she will she get her lawyers and other things. She get international lawyer, whoso lawyer. Then she will present. Then she will clarify to the government that want to say about, to know about her foundation. Don't forget to they same Boakai to then get foundation. Katumu to get foundation, Boakai get foundation. Beside the first lady, they get other people in the legislature, other people in different places that they get foundation. So Boakai will question everybody foundation, or the government will question everybody foundation. So the thing is starting. I hope they will end it because it will fall on them too. So Claire was selling you a message when she was speaking. She know it. She said, "I use my husband connection to no Liberian dam in your foundation." So the government will prove it. The government will, if the government want to run after all, they will run after. We know, but for now, we're not jumping the gun yet. Me, I know that their propaganda because they went after Kimi Yadi for the rest story whatsoever, and Malam Mary brought in for divine what kind of thousand back arrest. So and I'm jumping that gun. Well, Boakai would know they know how to they should know how to work that other war. So the former president West. So when you go after the former president, we know where next you coming on now. You coming to kill the president, or you coming to run the president. And then
So we have,
let me say to the Liberian people here.
Yeah, we have a caller here. Yeah, hello, caller. Your name and where you've joined us from. Welcome.
My name is Charles calling from North Carolina.
Yes, sir. We are talking on several issues, but whatever you have on your mind, use the next 2 minutes. Let's hear from you, sir.
Yeah. What I want to express is that I support the July 17 demonstration is that all Liberians can express their grievances to the Liberian government. Because looking at Joseph Boakai, like I said the other day on your platform, Joseph Boakai will not go anywhere in his presidency. Because if you look at president leading a country and use Indo improvement, on the first 100 days, you will know how the president will move forward. Joseph Boakai tries to, he reached his children, lead them to get money before he leave power. And besides that, the Boakai is not a Liberian. You don't have a brother. So it's a brother from several levels. In fact, Joseph Boakai funded model. So he get a rebel attitude in him. Get out rebel attitude. He and the Francois Master they funded model. So that rebel attitude is just inherent in the man. So chasing people all around Morovia, prosecuting people. One way benefiting and when after primary we are. They should be able to say that the woman is extending a foundation to all countries. They don't want President we have power to do today. That one will extend that foundation to all countries. That will promote Liberian image abroad.
But what do you say to others who are saying that? What do you say to others who are saying that Mr. Boakai is fighting corruption, and that is the best way to fight corruption? He's not, backing down. What do you say to that?
So Joseph Boakai is not for the corruption. Because Joseph Boakai for the corruption is to do the job. First of all, you must first of all with his own government. You must first of all with his own government. But you shouldn't go after opposition. Because the government is Joseph Boakai government. His own government. People taking money here and there. People eating money, no accountability. The people are suffering. For example, when Georgia government was doing the Georgia-led government, we saw it and almost to what Georgia was doing because Georgia used to do a program where they used to get loan to business people to do petty business. After they amass their business improve, they pay money, then they loan all people this money and expect to generate economy. But Joseph, I have no idea where to start from, where to begin from. The only thing I'm asking Mr. Boakai is that after the 6 years, then he just leave office. When he just leave office, he not came up with money. He shouldn't even dream of going back to go as president in our country. And he just leave office. Because looking at it proceeding this way, it will end like that to a bloodbath. Because when people get stressed, what happens? The people take out. We started with the administration. People disagree with government chasing all individuals. Chasing people. For example, they remove the speaker for 8 hours. The reason they remove the speaker for because the speaker they will not allow them they will do in their government. The speaker will put stuff to them. Those things. So what happened is that he removed the speaker from there. So now because the speaker refused to resign. The speaker refused to resign. This guy delayed over 6 months. So the policy will go after him. We're going to go after him. We're going to name the burning of the Sabbath building, prosecute them, stay in jail, and then the party election behind them. And what they doing it for? It's not because they want to do it, because he wants to, because he got angry. You see, the man had a government hostage. Those who had a government hostage, and at the end of the day, they agreed to resign. So they can go after them. That's what happened to those people.
Thank you.
They are not evident that people went back to the building. They did it.
Thank you.
They did it.
Thank you for the point. Thank you.
And my last thing I want to say to you is that
yes, sir.
The people go to the demonstration on the 17th of this month. The police director should respect himself. The police director, Mr. Cuomo, should respect himself. He should give the people their democratic right to demonstrate. You shouldn't use the police because I know that definitely something will happen. People will get injured. The people will get killed in a demonstration, and he will be held responsible. And if Joseph Boakai let police government go after somebody while they are demonstrating, then we'll hold Mr. Boakai and the police are accountable to that. We'll always prepare our document already. We present documents in our demonstration. If something happens and people die, we're going to hold Mr. Gregory Cuomo, they on the 100 list. We're going to put him in there. So if you think he's running Mauritius, you think that he gets power, you don't have power. If you come to challenge all in this country, as a Liberian American here, he will find out for himself. The other day I called him, I told him, I said, if you keep chasing people in Liberia, you will find out for yourself. You made it once more for yourself.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So there. So thank you very much for giving me the audience to speak to the land.
Thank you so very kindly. Yeah, my brother Jake, you are hearing from Liberians. Yes, sir. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, as I said earlier, we don't want to jump the gun. Is that a mere rumors going on social media and all, because no, The government never really knows statement that they call cloud we are to questioning. So let's wait and see. I know again, let's wait and see next week or whatsoever. But I don't think the government will just get up if they don't have no facts and other things, documentation and things that concerning if the woman use government money. First of all, let me tell them, they don't even know they gotta look at the function of the first lady first of all. Every first lady around the world get project. Every first lady around the world, even down to America now, your Trump wife and all, Melania Trump, she get her own and she get her own foundation. She get doing a lot of things. So the manager John the gun to do what they did to Mary Bro. She's a first lady. It's quite different. If they don't want to see the wrath of the former president, don't go after a family because he never went after the Barker family. He even allowed Barker's children to work in his government. They resigned because they wanted to support their father in the election bid. So he must never wish on, he must never just go mere wish on to say he disgracing the woman whatsoever. First of all, they must not forget too, the woman son playing football. They want a manager for her son. He's making millions of dollars. The United Party people, they like it, they Google anything they want Google, they can Google the ball contract from Paris Day all the way with Juventus. It's a labor that very rich now, playing for national team all the way. So anywhere that woman she can use a personal contact all around the West, as a foundation, anybody can contribute to foundation. Anybody, I mean, a government money. So if they wish on a woman, so the next government, other than abating our properties and things, we know what property then costs too. So it will be the trade in Liberia now. So you can have welfare, you're not welfare to earn money to pay your property and things then. And beside that, the woman's a former banker. If they don't know, she's a former banker. I had the president met that woman. If they don't know, let me check history. She have her own thing going on too. She's not a lazy woman. She get connection. She can even use the first daily connection, word customer connection, to acquire a lot of millions, to acquire money, millions of dollars to put in your foundation. She even looking for funds, even looking for extra funds to maintain that foundation. Beautiful foundation. It's a landmark foundation in our country. So if the United Party jealous of what, maybe Katumutu can do any similar thing. She can engage in other, she can import foundation in other means to help disabled people in the country. She can take the Zogo there from the street too. She can acquire, she can use her husband contact to establish a healthy foundation and take over the, especially the albino people, they blind our lane all on that street, our protesting in the country. She can use her own contact and foundation, travel to different countries, use the first day office in law in her foundation. Nobody stopping there for using foundation, but I know it's a propaganda. I don't want to believe that story yet until we see the government initiate these things. But statement or other thing, they will join they will come to conclusion, then we'll say, then we'll get what we take. But for now, it's a social media propaganda. I won't buy into it.
Thank you. Thank you so very kindly. But fellow Liberian, to just close on this, for me, I think, like you are saying, this is a joke. In my view, it's a joke. You know, why it is true that it's a joke, but we'll also point out some things. When this government took over, the first thing that Joseph Boakai and Katumu Boakai was really rushing on to take was Clamary Weah vehicle. Was a vehicle.
Yes.
Remember?
Yeah,
We're saying they wanted
true.
her vehicle. She said, no, but this is not government vehicle. This is my car. This is what I bought for my comfort. I bought it. And the first thing they were running behind. From there, they went to this, how you call foundation. They Finabono, thank you very much. Finabono, how you call, they call, I know, wait,
Fleet then, or tested fleet, all that tested fleet.
with some kind of name that replaced the rental. Oh, the government car. Oh, this, that, other thing. I think some kind of green, I know, green waiting, something like that. I've forgotten the name of the company. They ran there. and said they wanted her car. In fact, the car and our government money and our government car and this, that, and all this other nonsense of what they were on. At the end of the day, okay. So at the end of the day, we saw what happened. These people tried their best and it did not work. You know, Boakai is using people to get at the former presidents, Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, and that of President Weah. For President Weah, he had tried on several occasions, to the extent of even planning to take away his life. We saw what happened with the aircraft when he was coming to Liberia, denying the aircraft of even landing, closing how you call presidential lodge. We saw it. Today, he is now going to Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, entering the Omar house. That the Omar was hit by, shock, panic. But again, I want to say to all Liberians, come July 17, let us tell this government that Liberia does not belong to the government, it belongs to the Liberian people. And that this government must lead in accordance with laws and not in accordance with their will. Again, we want to say thanks to each and every one of you. For the past hours you've been out here, we want to thank you so very kindly. We appreciate you. Usually we meet on Fridays. Well, when you see our meeting on Saturdays, because yesterday, which is Friday, we should have been here because of some other emergencies, so wasn't here. Yeah. So I want to say thanks to all of you. I appreciate all of you for your presence here. And I hope and pray that those of you who are not following our page, you can follow our page. It's under the Palava Hut. We are on YouTube. We are on on the social media. We are on X, former Twitter, and all of these other places. We are there. And all these other places we are there. So on this note, I want to say thanks to all of you. I'm going to turn it over to my brother Jake as he closes us from here.
Yeah, thank you, follower. Your help to share the video as Prince said. We're counting on y'all. Without y'all would not be nothing. So we need your support in every means. Thank you for following the Honor on the Palava Hub. As Prince break it down, we on all platforms. Your help to share. You're making this platform global. It's already reaching every month. Probably we reach over half 500,000 people in the country or outside the country. So we need your support. If you want to do anything, like you want to sell anything, with the platform available, I think we get almost over 500,000 followers worldwide. So you can, if you want to do a commercial here, you want to sell anything online, contact Prince Sherry. We're available. Contact Prince Sherry. Anything. With this, we put your product here whatsoever. We showcase it to the Liberian people. Just small amount of money to help this platform to grow, because we want to take this debate on the global, on the Liberian scene, to get radios to go on radio station. And other people doing it. We want to challenge other radio station because the platform is factual. Not everybody get that sad, but this platform is very factual. So we're asking you, any contribution you can make, $1, $2, we very distant. We want to take part in that debating Liberia. We want to showcase ourselves. We want for the people to hear our voice, to hear different sides, disregard your political background, your affiliation, what party you belong to. So we need your help in any case, any form. So you contact Prince Sherry. Prince Sherry come on all the time. You can share this video. We want to go global, no matter what. First national and global. So we ask you, thank you for everything. From the beginning, you've been there with Prince, been in the trenches of this whole team. So we welcome you. Your commercial will be displayed here. So we're asking you now anything to contribute to us. We've been asking for many times. So now we're getting serious. Now we want to take part in the debating Liberia. So thank you for everything. Thank you for listening and your help to share one love and peace upon our country.
Thank you so very kindly. Until we meet again, fellow Liberians, we want to say God bless you all
and his team
and have
appears to be
yourself a nice
relaxed
day.
and
Bye
living in
from our
luxury.
end.
Some Liberians said that's exactly why they're coming out on July 17th. Thousands of Liberians are threatening to take to the streets of Monrovia, all dressed in white, shouting, "Enough is enough." They will not just be protesting for the sake of it. They are demanding real accountability from their leaders and justice for Liberians. At the center of the storm is a political crisis that's gripping the country. Lawmakers were fighting over who should be Speaker of the House. Accusations were flying, corruption multiplying, and the people left in desperation from rescue to excuse, and now it's you too. Famous "Enough is enough" protest appears the government new slogan. While the president and his team appears to be relaxed and living in luxury business to a halt. Some Liberians said that's exactly why they're coming out on July 17th. Thousands of Liberians are threatening to take to the streets of Monrovia, all dressed in white, shouting, "Enough is enough." They will not just be protesting for the sake of it. They are demanding real accountability from their leaders and justice for Liberians. At the center of the storm is a political crisis that's gripping the country. Lawmakers were fighting over who should be Speaker of the House. Accusations were flying, corruption multiplying, and the people left in desperation from rescue to excuse, and now it's you too. Yes, we did it too is the government new slogan. It's not just a political drama. This deadlock has brought government business to a halt. More hunger and increased prices, including the exchange rate, and the people are paying the price. Things are getting uglier. Enough is enough, they say. The suspicious fire at the parliament, private jets, and disregard for the rule of law must stop. Through all this chaos, ordinary Liberians are standing up. People like Titus Pakala, Councillor Isaac Jackson, journalist Alex Beelded, Moba Morlu, and citizens from every corner of Monrovia and the world are speaking out. They're saying, respect the Constitution, follow due process, and stop using power for personal gain. Why does this matter? Because if the rule of law breaks down, none of us are safe. When leaders fight over power and forget the people, trust disappears, and so does hope. So they're asking you, what kind of Liberia do you want? One where justice is for sale, or one where everyone is equal before the law? The people are demanding answers, and they may not stop until they get them. President Boakai can continue to ignore them and fly his private jets or drive his Lexus. But July 17th will be their day to say, enough is enough. Keep following the International Media Room and across Africa for more updates.